Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa salatu wa salam Rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Seeker's Corner. We are here with the weekly podcast, the weekly stream with Brother Abu Jabril. And today, the features, he's not joining us. I don't know where he is. He's late and he said I don't know if he's coming or not. I'm only joking. He's in the back room.
He's like, what's going on, bro?
He was panicking.
Be on blast, bro. What is it?
Bro, we got to start as we mean to go on, you know. we have to.
You're telling people like I don't know where he is. You just didn't show up. Didn't call. Didn't send a telegram. Nothing.
Alhamdulillah. So we're here with the weekly podcast. We're here, Abu Jabril, the features, and John Fontaine. We're happy to have everyone here. We got some feedback coming from somewhere, and I think it'll sort itself out in a moment. Yeah, it's sorted itself out now, alhamdulillah. I think someone might have the YouTube open, possibly. I think we're good to go now. So yeah, alhamdulillah, we're back with the weekly Seeker's Corner. I think we're getting the feedback. Have you got your YouTube open, features?
No, not me. I don't think
Testing 1 2 1 2. Okay, I think it's stopped now.
1 2. What is this?
Okay, I think we've stopped now. So yeah, alhamdulillah, we're happy to have everyone here. Seeker's Corner. Today we want to speak about a few different topics. But if there is anyone listening, please, if you have any comments or anything to speak about, what you think we might be able to benefit you with, maybe we can help you, maybe we can't. If we can't, maybe we can find the answer and speak to some of our contacts, some scholars who can give us some answers, or maybe we know the answer, maybe we can help you. A few things I want to speak about, really. We've got the Jordan Peterson has backed out from the discussion with Muhammad Hijab, and the features is like, yeah, I know. I mean, what do you expect? The feature. I told you so. But yeah,
just saying.
And it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I was really looking forward to it. I actually thought, subhanAllah, this is going to be interesting because, to have someone like Muhammad Hijab, who's he's quite well versed in presenting Islam, and quite academic, very academic from that perspective, and we'll be able to hold up very well against someone like Jordan Peterson. So, yeah, what do you think of that? Backing out for the third time.
Do you know about cars that are far?
What?
Cars that are far.
No.
Features, it's late here. It's very late in Turkey.
So cars that are far, that have mothers.
Mothers.
And we ain't surprised mother far cars.
Huh? Is that like a coach or something? Yes.
You're trying to get me blocked, yeah?
I ain't surprised, okay? Like straight up. Who's surprised about that? Like seriously, are y'all surprised?
Not really.
I'm a bit surprised. I thought he's going to hold up to it because it's been advertised, and I thought Muhammad Hijab would have spoken to them privately beforehand to kind of build a relationship, so he wasn't scared of being refuted live. But yeah, I mean,
I ain't surprised. I ain't surprised. Not in the least. Wasn't surprised when it happened. I would have been surprised if it did actually happen. And that would be like, oh wow, I see Muhammad Hijab, Jordan Peterson, they talking live together. And that would have surprised me.
It would have been nice. It would have been nice.
You're talking about a dude that brings in Ilhan Omar, and like not once, twice. And he didn't cancel with Ilhan Omar, did he? He had time for Ilhan Omar, didn't he? You feel me?
Yeah.
He had time for.
Have you seen that Muhammad Hijab? He started now going through all the doubts and the mistakes and the accusations which Jordan Peterson has been, spewing over the past how many years. Muhammad Hijab started to, dismantle it, and he's definitely not going to speak to Jordan now. Like, he's finished. That opportunity is definitely, that boat sailed. Muhammad Hijab, he's not holding back. I don't think Jordan Peterson will ever have a debate or a discussion with a Sunni Muslim ever in his life again. Hopefully, may Allah guide him. Hopefully, he will watch the videos of Muhammad Hijab, and if he's sincere, he will, publicly apologize and repent and come to Islam, inshallah. I know Abu Jabril's gutted because Abu Jabril's a big fan of Jordan Peterson, aren't you, bro?
Oh, that's the other thing that surprised me, man. What's the brother's name? And Muhammad Hijab is his friend.
Sabur.
What's his name? No,
Sabur
not Ali Dawud, the other one. Yeah, that's him. That's him. Sabur Ahmed. Right?
Sabur, yeah.
So one of his videos came in my feed, and it was about the same thing, like this Jordan Peterson, Muhammad Hijab thing, right? And he was all like, and his Muslim fans, and I was like, I did a double take. Like, what? I was like, what? He's got a lot of Muslim fans. I'm like, huh? Like,
yeah, he's speaking about Abu Jabril. He's speaking about Abu Jabril.
I'm like, what? Like, how? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how does a Muslim, how does a Muslim become a fan of? I'm not seeing it. I don't get it. You know what I mean?
Let's ask Abu Jabril. Let's ask Abu Jabril. Abu Jabril, how did you become a super fan?
Oh, bro, bro.
How Muslim fans? A lot of Muslim fans? Like, a lot?
Yeah, you shouldn't have said this.
Said that Muhammad.
I mean, a fan means
is a warlord. Like,
no, but how Abu Jabril? How do you become a super fan?
Yeah, a super fan is
I was shocked. Like, I thought it was just like some fringe guys on the internet and stuff. Like, just kind of.
What are you talking about, bro? We're super fans.
And whatever.
What are you talking about?
That's what I thought it was.
You know what I like? I like. Subhanallah, there's a few things going on at the moment on this online dawah. Quite a few people are crossing paths. I don't know if you've seen Muhammad Hijab. He got the opportunity to speak to Bart Ehrman. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, he just released a 10-minute video with Bart Ehrman. But it's a bit of it's basically a clickbait thing to try to get you to go on to this donating to a masjid, and you can't find the full podcast. It's hidden somewhere. So I think he's going to release the full podcast later. But but yeah, he's had a conversation with Bart Ehrman.
That's very interesting.
Also, Paul Williams, he's got a channel called Blogging Theology, and he's also interviewing quite a lot of secular Christian and atheist academics, which is quite interesting. You've got today, Sabur Ahmed was Stephen Meyer. He basically shared one of Sabur's videos, which is quite interesting. People are aware of the Muslim presence online. I think people are more aware of what's going on, especially with the more popular followed Islamic speakers, which is a good thing.
That's quite interesting. I would love to see the Badi Ehrman one, to be honest. Is it a discussion or a debate?
No, it's a discussion. It's just saying the same stuff, but again, I mean, do we need it in the dawah? That's one thing. That's one thing where you're introducing non-Muslim academics to your Muslim audience, which need dawah.
Yeah.
That's a different subject, whether that's needed or not. But I just think it's interesting that these non-Muslim academics are willing to share a platform with someone like Hijab or Sabur, and even Hamza's also shared platforms with various different people. It's quite interesting, and it's not just in a debate format. This is having a discussion, like a friendly discussion about Christians, or something. It's interesting that they actually coming into our neck of the woods now. They were kind of just sticking with the secular Muslims before, if you know what I mean. Hello? You guys around? We got do you think some of these Muslim Day YouTubers are working undercover? I don't think we need to think about them type of things. It's a bit of a he's saying the full podcast is in the comments. I couldn't find it. I looked at the link and it took me to a donation for a masjid. At least for the first hour the video was released. It was a bit of a troll. Jordan Peterson looks half dead these days. It's been subhanallah.
I'm really interested about hearing about these Jordan Peterson fans. Like, how you do that, man? It's just like well, it's almost like, I can't say it's just like, but it's almost like a Jewish person being a fan of Hitler or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like,
my goodness, bro.
Because it's just weird. It's not that bad. It's such a weird thing. It's so weird.
No, I think we're getting some feedback off you, Features. I can hear my voice in your feed.
One sec.
Bismillah. It's
what about now?
It's definitely your feed.
Yeah, not anymore though.
Yeah, I think it's gone now. No, it's still there. Okay. Still there.
What about now?
Bismillah. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone now.
It's gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got our old friend has arrived. Why so religious? If anyone has any comments or questions, please put them in the comment section, and the link to the panel is in the description if you want to join us live on the feed. But you will have to show your face and prove that you are real in the backstage, because last week we had a troll who put something rude on the channel and we had to stop the feed. And Why So Religious kindly helped me in trying to delete it. So I thank Why So Religious. Even though he doesn't believe in morals because he's an atheist, he was a very moral human being on that day for helping me, trying to delete it. So, brothers, what's going on? Bismillah. Wake up, guys. You guys are quiet today. You wanted to speak about Jordan Peterson. So, Abu Jabril, tell us.
Y'all wanted to speak about Jordan Peterson.
Man.
I'm asking the questions here, man. I want to know why. I just want to know why.
Why he cancelled? Yeah.
No. We
not why he
cancelled. What is the appeal of this character?
Oh, yeah, subhanallah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys, I don't know. Did you actually watch his lectures away from all the things that he's saying? Did you actually watch the lectures?
Yeah.
Right. So he's very academic when it comes to psychology and emotions and personalities and psyche and stuff like that. That's good, academic. So you read people that disbelieve in Allah altogether and think Allah is a beast, and all of that, and you still read some literature, and when you study psychology or something like that. So from that aspect, like how good he is in that realm, he's a good professor, he's a good academic. But am I a fan? Am I telling people to go listen to him and watch his videos and all that? Of course not, right? Because in the end, his understanding of Islam is quite Fox News narrative. It's just like everybody else. It's like every Tom, Dick, and Harry. So if that's the case with him, subhanallah, then it doesn't mean that, you know, we didn't have a chance to speak to him yet. You know, in the end, even if he's a non-Muslim and he's saying that Rasulullah is a warlord, and, you know, he's just quoting the Fox News narrative, in the end, we still didn't have a discussion, right? We still don't know what's in there.
I don't buy it, bro. I'm sorry.
No, buy what? It's like, that's what it is. We don't know yet.
I got to say, I don't buy it.
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing to buy until we can actually speak to him, you know. And if you see, I'll tell you something though. Him canceling, you know, like this, and Hijab is saying he didn't even say we're going to reschedule, you know, or anything. He just canceled.
Yeah.
Right. That was something that I was, you know, a bit, you know, put off by, to be honest, subhanAllah, because, you know, you have to give a reason for, you know, 3 attempts and all of that. So maybe he's going to delay giving a reason or something. Allah knows best. But I'm just saying, yani, in the end, akhi, you can see everything that he's quoting and the things that he's saying, Jordan Peterson, right? They are not evil things, you know. Forget about warlord. This is you have Muslims.
You can't, bro. You can't, you know, just forget about what he said about Islam.
No. I'm not saying. I'm saying, like, leave this on the side for now. You have born Muslims who say
you can't leave it on the side for now, bro. I mean, it's
why not?
It's quite important.
I'm just saying, like I'm with John here. How you just put it back on Aita's comment. I want to read that for a second, bro.
I'll tell you.
Back to Aita.
So look, I believe Allah, bro. I think maybe.
Okay, 1 minute. Why so religious? Basically, you know why so religious? Our super fan, our atheist super fan. Why so religious? He's going to become a Muslim soon, inshallah. May Allah make dua for him and his children. Jordan Peterson has admitted on stage that he doesn't know about Islam. He admitted that he hasn't read the Quran or the Sunnah, but his knowledge comes from academics. That's interesting that, and even an atheist, like why so religious, is, you know, pointing out that someone who claims to be an academic has openly professed not to even read the Quran. You know, it's not like Features. We're getting a really bad feedback from you, man. I can hear myself.
1 second. Let me change my speaker. 1 second. Keep talking.
Yeah. Let me try and get some headphones. It's a lot better that way because you can't get it. But also, why so religious and a few other people said he cancelled it due to ill health. So maybe he's actually sick. Maybe we're just ranting for no reason.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said we don't know. And in the end, you know, I think because of the hype and everybody was like on edge and wanted to see, and they got cancelled. And then everybody started doing videos, and, you know, that hastiness, subhanallah, you know, Allah knows best, but it's just, you have to wait. And the whole point is you wait. You know, he cancelled. Okay, just give it time. Just give some time.
Yeah.
You know, you're waiting for 6 months. You can just wait for a couple of weeks, you know, 3 weeks or something. Just wait and see what's his
I think Hijab has ruined the chance now of ever speaking to him again, because he started going through the points, and these are points that Jordan's not going to be able to it's going to be so humiliating to retract all them points, because it just shows that you've not read anything, and as an academic you're willing to speak and make up lies about Islam. So the Beats by Features, we can't hear you. Features.
Yeah, but, you know, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, in the end, the whole reason why you treat Jordan Peterson different than you treat Tom, Dick, and Harry is the same as how the Rasul ﷺ used to treat, you know, the leaders of Quraysh, and then he used to treat. You can hear it now. Yeah, you can hear it now.
Awesome.
You know what I'm saying? Like, every person has their own.
No, it's perfect now.
Okay.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So the whole point is, you know, if you're speaking with academics and scientists and so on and so forth, the level of sabr and, you know, understanding and so on is different, right? So you don't know. You have to wait. Just the whole point is, you know, we have nothing to hide. We have nothing to, you know, he's not like, you know, because of him, you know, like World War III is going to be born against Islam, right? I'm just saying, in the end, he's been like this for how many years? And now when Jordan Peterson, you know, decided to have this debate, everybody's like, you know, we can do it. He's not doing this now, blah, blah, blah. So Nobody was on hype like this and on the edge of his seat the past few years. You understand? So if you waited for all that time, you're not even thinking of one Muslim coming and speaking to him. For now, when he just wait,
Yeah, I wouldn't have promoted it. I would have just done it and wait till it's done.
Yeah.
So if anyone just before you come in, anyone on the comments, if you got something to say, or you've got a comment, or even if you want to come into the panel, if you have something to say, we just ask that you come into the backstage, and we want to see your face before we let you on, because we've had a few trolls. So please let us know. We're here. The link is in the description if you want to join us live here. Yeah. Sorry, Features.
Yeah, so Casimola, he had an interesting comment. He said, honestly, I used to admire Jordan Peterson's stances on gender issues. In the end, it will be better for non-Muslim masses to be educated about these issues, but yet no honor comes through other than Islam, right? Well, this is the main issue. And the reason why, the reason why Jordan Peterson he came so popular is because he had these stances against the pronouns, like why do I have to participate in other people's pronoun?
The C-16 bill.
Yeah, and so the students at University of Ryerson University, they had a big protest about him, and that's how he got popular, because he said these things, and he wasn't afraid to go on all these news outlets and talk shows, and make his position heard. He wasn't afraid then. He didn't cancel then. I'm telling everybody why I need to participate in your. How far do I have to go into participating in your calling yourself he, she, it, they, them, whatever? You know what I mean? Like, why? Like, if you want to call yourself that, then okay, call yourself that. But why am I participating in your? Why am I forced to participate in your gender delusions? You know what I mean? So the issue is not that he said, so much about Islam and without having any knowledge about Islam whatsoever, right? The main crux of the issue is that what he said is the Islamic position, and no Muslims put themselves forward to say it because they were like afraid. That's the issue right there. You understand? That's the real issue. Like you're waiting for other people to put these fitra positions forward because you're just afraid. You feel me?
We'll see. SubhanAllah, and I'm just saying, in the end, we'll see his comment or what he's going to say. Usually, he's not like I don't know. When I'm seeing his debates and talks and stuff like that, if he cancels or anything, he always puts statements forward, right? And in the end, bro, I'm just saying, like for me as Abu Jibril, I really love psychology, and I love to read about personalities and characters and stuff like that. So when I watched his lectures, it was on point. A lot of things were, mashallah, really good. And I find it to be interesting for me as Abu Jibril. But it's not something that I would use, it's not empirical evidence. It's not Quran Munazzal, it's not Wahi, right? It's just science, right? It's a certain part of science, which is interesting.
Well, if you're coming from that angle, the angle of science, that's not how the Muslims came, though. That's not how the Muslims came. They came basically all these. I saw them on several YouTube channels, and the Muslims were actually outright promoting his material, knowing full and well his stances against Islam. That was the problem. That's a major problem.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, in the end, even if I would have,
and then when the brother Sabur Ahmed said there are so many Muslim fans, I had like, huh? What? Huh?
We just got a comment from Peekaboo. Peekaboo.
That's nice.
He says every time someone types in Jordan Peterson in YouTube, they're gonna get hijab. Well, they're not, unless you're a Muslim and the algorithm is picking up Muslim topics. on a non-Muslim's YouTube feed, they're not going to see Muhammad hijab, but they're not going to see these things. That's how algorithms work. So it's a lot of these views are coming from Muslims. Hijab, Sabor, even myself and other people like you guys. Our audience is mainly Muslims. That's why it was such a good opportunity to go onto that platform in the first place. Why so religious? Where are you? I thought you were going to come and see us and say hello and get your weekly dose of Seeker's Corner. The link is in the description. Why so religious? Let's have a look. Yeah, did you see the Daniel Hakikachu and David Wood debate?
No.
I'm just, as I told you, bro, just the first half an hour, and then I couldn't. It's just 3+ hours long of a debate, so you need some time.
No, but I like it. I like it personally. I've probably watched half of it in the background. I've not concentrated, but I've just been following it. But Hakikachu, he's good. He knows how to debate. You can't knock him. He's quick, and he can see a gap, and he really milks it when he gets it. And David Wood just got thrashed. He really did. I mean, that's the worst thrashing I think David Wood has ever had in his life, and I don't think he was prepared for Daniel. Just the whole line of argument, I think Daniel did very well. You should check it out. I think it's good. I thought it was very good.
Yeah.
Peaches is like there biting his tongue.
Daniel Hakikachu is not somebody I would support or promote. Let's put it like that.
It's just, subhanAllah, people even entertaining certain people like David Wood and so on, bro. It's just, subhanAllah, man. It's just, I don't know. Hearing what they say.
We were just talking about this, when I said there's certain Muslim personalities who are promoting Jordan Peace and knowing full and well his stances against Islam, and Daniel Hakikachu just happens to be one of them. He's one of the first ones, actually. You know what I mean? And that's not the only thing he does, right? He does a lot of crazy stuff. Daniel Hakikachu.
Yeah.
He does crazy things, and he says really nutty things.
Yeah, but you gotta check out this debate though.
I mean, I'll check it out, but I wouldn't advise people just to go and check out Daniel Hakikachu like that. Yes, guess who recently? And you won't believe this. Guess who recently came out against Daniel Hakikachu? And my jaw dropped. Do you know who recently came out against Daniel Hakikachu? Wajdi. Of all people. Wajdi Akari. Okay. He recently, how many times I told Wajdi about Daniel? And all the stuff I was telling him about Daniel, he put it in his recent clarification, as he put it. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I mean, these YouTube streets, man. These YouTube streets, they're so crazy.
Give me a second. I have to go off and come back on because there's some cracking in the noise for some reason.
All right, no problem, bro.
Okay. There's Features. Did you see what happened in Sierra Leone today in West Africa?
I missed that.
SubhanAllah, there was a huge car accident with an oil. I think it was petrol. Like a petrol tank, and basically, so the petrol is spilling out, and all the poor people are basically going and collecting it, to sell, and then it exploded.
There's something going on.
One second, bro. 1 second. No, sorry, I'll be right back.
No problem. No problem. We'll just come off that for a moment. Yeah, so subhanAllah, for those of you who are still here, subhanAllah, there was a very, very difficult, tragic accident that happened in Sierra Leone today. May Allah accept all the Muslims who were affected. And subhanAllah, over 100 people apparently passed away, and over 100 people were actually injured. So we ask Allah to make it easy for the people who are injured, guide the people. And it was a very, very, very terrible, tragic accident. And I know Sierra Leone very well. It's somewhere where I found Islam. I came into contact with Muslims in Sierra Leone, so I have a big connection with the country. And the people are some of the most nicest people in the world. They really are. They're some of the most poorest people, but they have kind hearts and they will give you everything, subhanAllah. So it's a difficult day for Sierra Leone. So why so religious? Where are you? I thought you were going to come on and speak to us. So we're here for a bit more time. You're welcome to come on the feed. If anyone is joining us, you can come in the description. The link is there to join us on the panel. If you have any questions or comments, and why so religious, you are welcome to come on. We don't mind having our weekly chats. I'm hoping it's of benefit to you. You seem to be becoming more balanced and more Muslim friendly every week. So can you just show your face? Why so religious? Yep. Okay.
Assalamu
alaikum, guys. Why so religious? How are you doing?
I'm well. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. How's everything?
All right. So the Jordan Peterson thing, I would just say, in summary, I've never heard him talk about the belief system. I've never heard him talk about the religion itself so much as a historical concept from academia. So I mean, one thing I would say is so I don't know what would come of him and Muhammad Hijab actually debating or talking, because I think Muhammad Hijab's would come with the concept of faith, the belief system, and Jordan Peterson would probably just come with what, like Sirat Rasulullah and other biographies say about Muhammad. I think that it would be kind of like talking past each other. But I would say to try to disparage a person because they had to cancel a debate, just to remind you what it says in the Quran, only Allah knows what's in a person's heart. So before you start trying to say that somebody's scared or whatever, I think that you would need to remember that. That's just my take on it. I mean, of course, I would watch it.
How many times did Jordan Peterson cancel? How many times did he cancel?
I mean, allegedly 3, but each time.
Okay, so what are we talking about? What's in people's heart now for? One time maybe, 2 times is 3 times.
Well, I mean, no, that doesn't really matter though, right?
And it does matter. How many times did he cancel? No more.
Now you're changing the concept. You see, now you're trying to bring up talking to a different person.
Here we go.
I know you want to put Muhammad Hijab on a huge pedestal, right?
No, I don't. Muhammad Hijab is my brother, but I don't do that.
Started the Ummah tube, and he has been for about 7-8 years.
Okay, so you got a job interview. You have to cancel your job interview and make a second one, and then you go back the second time, you cancel again, and then you go back the third time and you cancel the third time. Are you going to get called the fourth time for the same job interview?
Is every time it's been Muhammad Hijab reaching out to Jordan Peterson. And there is a difference there, right? Like if Jordan Peterson was reaching out to Muhammad Hijab to try to do this, then that would
Hello?
Muhammad Hijab, in my opinion, he's trying to stay relevant. But that's just my personal.
You're breaking up. Why so religious? Why so religious? You're breaking up. Breaking up.
Yeah, I've been having internet problems for the past couple of days.
Okay.
I don't know. I just think that is dangerous territory to start saying, because if Muhammad Hijab did pull out 1, 2, or 3 times, I would not disbelieve his reason for pulling out if he said it was ill health.
I think you would have something to say about it.
No.
I mean, let me go back to last week. I deleted
people.
Last week I deleted our section of the podcast, and
yes, you did.
You assumed that there was some ill intent behind that.
I asked you why.
Yeah. And I'm assuming that you assumed some ill intent.
Well, I mean, I asked why. Yeah. So wait, you're assuming off of my alleged assumption? You're assuming off of my alleged assumption of the fact that you deleted the stream.
Yeah, I deleted it. Yeah. So, why so religious? Did you see Muhammad Hijab? And I don't know why I'm speaking about him with you, because I always think that you're Christian, because you're always talking about Christianity and the Hadith and things like that. So, why have you not accepted Islam yet?
Yeah, you're invoking the Quran now.
Are you gonna delete? Are you gonna delete this stream too?
Maybe. Maybe.
Okay, honest answer. I like it.
It depends.
Well,
it depends if your baby starts crying.
It's just like I said last week, man. Like, there's things that Islam teaches that are just apparently not true.
Can I ask you a serious question? Because this week it's very quiet. Did you try the Quran? Be honest. Be honest.
No. What are you talking about?
Did you try the Quran with the baby?
No.
I think you did.
Yeah, okay. Congratulations on your assumptions again.
Okay. So
like I said last week, there's things that Islam teaches as revelation that are just not true. It's just like I gave you the hadith last week I spoke about.
Can we do something a bit more productive, a bit more beneficial, I would say. And the point would be, let's take things from the start, right? Like, I believe every person who is a bit ignorant, and I'm not saying this in a derogatory way, I'm just saying a person who is has absence of knowledge of something would assume that these things are negative until they are taught otherwise, right? So let's look at the first thing about Islam, which is the belief in a creator, right? Now, you as a person who don't believe in a creator, I'm sure you have your evidence. So let's talk about that first. Let's be a bit more productive. Let's try to see if we can both agree together that the creator exists. If there is a creator, what's that nature? And then with the nature of the creator, how does he communicate, and so on. And let's take it that way. So let's start from the start, from the beginning. So you're saying you don't believe in a creator, correct?
No.
All right. Why? Give us an evidence.
We discussed that last week.
No, we haven't.
You'd be able to watch it if it wasn't deleted. But
you know why it was deleted, but you were there, remember?
No, I came on after that guy. I
think just for if I'm not mistaken, John, it's just for the sake of not causing any issues. There was no reason for that. Sorry?
What's that?
Because of what happened, that clip that came on, you just didn't want to risk it for a biscuit.
No, he came on after. He came on the news stream, but I deleted it because the conversation was just repetitive and loud.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so let's just do it. Let's do it a bit more productively. Okay, so we are Muslims who believe in a creator. You're an atheist who disbelieve in a creator. So let's take it a bit more. So you don't believe in a creator because of what? So can you give us an actual evidence, an empirical evidence, something that is evidential for disbelieving in a creator? Let's start from there.
I don't believe in a creator because I don't see any reason for a creator naturalistically. And also, there is no way to prove or disprove a creator. All there is belief, faith.
Okay. So let's start with this. Yeah, let's start with design argument. I'm sure. Have you heard the design argument about the watchmaker?
I think it's retarded.
Okay. Why is it?
Because all it is still trying to assume. All you're doing is making basic claims off of things that human. It's a humanistic debate, right? Because you're basing it off of the watch has a creator. Well,
do you know your mother is your mother?
I was gonna ask that. Wallahi.
I can tell through DNA. What are you
Have you done
about?
that so far?
Have you done a DNA test?
Yeah, we've done DNA. We've done.
Can you interpret
the family ancestry DNA test? Yeah, that
can
goes
you
back like
okay?
500 years.
Okay.
Can you interpret this 1 minute? Can you interpret DNA tests?
Interpret DNA tests. What does that mean?
So when they do a
Are
DNA
you talking
test,
about how they're like they can be like 99.99% accurate, and
Look,
you're clinging to that 0.01%?
no, I'm saying, do you understand how a DNA test works? Or how do you know that the DNA, have you done a DNA test for one? Have you done it?
Yes, we've done a DNA with our family.
For your mother. For your mother being your mother.
What is this argument?
Just answer the question. Yeah. Have you done a DNA test?
Okay, so the point is
just 1 minute, 1 minute. Have you done a DNA test or not, Ray?
Genealogies, right? Marriage
records.
You broke up.
Do you know that your mother is your mother? Do you know? Yes or no?
Yes.
How do you know?
Oh my gosh, dude. Medical records for one. How about that?
Okay. So
how about
is
that?
this
how about that?
Okay. I'm coming, Ray. I'm coming. Relax yourself. Do you know your mother is your mother, or do you believe your mother is your mother? Your mother is your mother?
I know my mother is my mother.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
And the evidence you have is what?
Are you on repeat? I said even medical records, right? Like
so what medical records do you have?
There's a birth certificate with witnesses that she gave birth to me.
Witnesses.
Time and date.
Who are the witnesses? Tell me the witnesses.
A doctor had to sign the birth.
What's his name? What's his name? Tell me the doctor's name. What's his name?
How about it? So I need to get my birth certificate and reveal private medical information.
No.
To prove to you that I have a mother that I know who she is.
I'm asking you on what basis you know your mother is your mother, and you're telling me a doctor said.
No. It's a government. Oh my! This is a false line.
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you.
So you're.
I'm trying to find out your reason for knowing that your mother is your mother.
Okay, let me just jump in quick.
And I've answered it.
Right. Look, hold on.
What's the answer? Tell me the answer. What's the answer?
Just hold on.
John, are you really not able to tell what the answer is?
You're saying that you have a birth certificate.
With witnesses, right? Is that
who are the witnesses?
How? Okay. My father, for one. Actually, your argument
how do you know? How do you know your father is your father?
Better. You see, that would have been a better argument, John. And now you notice that your argument has fell on its feet, so you switched to my dad.
Can I just say something?
No.
Boys.
I'm thinking you got switched in the hospital.
Bro, look, let me just say this. Maybe there are switches in the hospital easily, right? Babies get switched.
Oh my gosh, dude.
There was a.
You might have got switched in a trailer park.
Hold on, remember this woman, this nurse
in
the
African countries. Look at this ad hominem. He has to say that I'm from a trailer park. John, what are you talking about?
We're talking over each other now.
This is why you fail, John. Every time you speak, you fail because you can't stick to the topic.
Is it morally wrong what I just said?
You're right, there, Features, yeah?
I don't care about your morals. I don't care about it. What I'm saying is you no, what you did just proves that your argument is weak because you had to
Why so religious? Hold on, mate. Right.
Why so religious?
Yeah, because my mother to my father.
You relax yourself.
Park, dude.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with being from a trailer park.
Yeah. So let's.
Then
let's
why
do
did you
this,
say it derogatory?
Bro, we
why
started
did you
this.
say
Let's do
derogatory?
You assumed that I said it
man,
in an evil
with
evil intent.
You're just a liar. Now you're trying to obfuscate. You're lying.
Why does it feel like
you know that
a
you're a
married
ticket
couple who is like fighting over like custody?
Ray, relax.
Boys, relax yourselves, yeah.
Relax yourself, Ray.
Ray, so let's do this. Yeah, there was a lot of possibilities where you could have either be switched in your hospital. There's a lot of issues that can happen where you cannot be your mother's son, right? In a lot of ways, you could be adopted. You can be a lot of things. So the question is, the only way you can know for certain is where you're gonna go do a DNA test, and that's not even certain. This is 99.9%.
No,
right?
Abu Jabril.
Just hold on.
No.
What?
No. Even the DNA test is the testimony of the doctor. It's not.
Yeah, I was leading.
I'm just trying to understand how he
didn't even do that. Like you didn't.
I'm just trying
to
point out to him. But I'm just trying to understand how he knows something. How does he know that his mother is his mother? On what basis?
He just relies on other people. That's it.
You even had to switch to my dad, bro. Your argument fell on his face because of witnesses and then government documents.
So people tell you basically.
Why can't I speak, dude? Why can't I speak?
Well, you don't understand.
You guys
listen.
Okay, dude. Whatever, dude. It's ridiculous, this concept that y'all are trying to bring up.
Okay, look. I think
y'all are just afraid. Y'all are afraid to talk.
Look,
can I jump in now?
The screaming. Yeah. Bismillah, go on.
Yeah, that was quick, bro.
Okay. So
his baby's crying. I've got him in the background. The baby's going crazy. You know.
All right.
Go on.
So I hope you can hear, right? Because the question was, why do you not believe in God? Did he answer the question?
Yeah.
No, of course not.
No, he didn't answer the question. Unless you consider dancing around the actual answer an answer. Why don't you believe in God? Because it's stupid. That was his answer.
Yeah.
Because it's stupid. And there's no proof that. Okay, so if there's no proof that there is a God, then your next question should be, what's the proof that God exists? Not that there is no proof that there is no God.
My line of
we had that discussion. Remember, like I asked him, what kind of proof would you accept? He's like, maybe like scientific or this or this. So basically, like whatever. Proof
and then he accused the people who believe in God. This is what he said. Okay, he says, people who believe in God, they have no proof. They just have to believe. That's what he says, right? Not realizing that the whole point of you asking those line of questions is to show that your belief is what makes you believe that your parents are your parents. Because you don't have any proof. You weren't there. And you were there, yes, but you didn't have like the brain capacity to understand what was happening. You don't even know the name of the doctors. You don't know the name of the witnesses.
Yeah.
You understand?
Okay.
So if you believe in science, there should be some sort of scientific evidence, according to you.
The line of thinking I was trying to get to is because Ray, he only seems to believe in empirical or scientific evidence, so-called scientific evidence.
That's no problem. We can go there.
But the point where what he fails to misunderstand is he thinks that he has such strong evidence that his mother is his mother because he has a birth certificate and because he has so-called witnesses and because a doctor who he never met said that this is his mother and because his so-called father, who he has no, he only has testimonial proof that it's his father, also said that his mother is his mother and that he has some pictures of himself when he's a child, but it might not be him. And his mother may have, there's many reasons why it may not be his mother. The point is that I agree with Ray, that I do agree that Ray's mother is his mother, because I do accept that testimony is a valid route to knowledge. But for someone like Ray, He thinks when we say what is your proof, he went and said a DNA test. He thinks that he can somehow get empirical evidence or scientific evidence to prove his mother is his mother. But even the DNA test is the testimony of the actual one who is doing the test. He has not verified that himself. He just got a letter in the post saying that this is your mother. So somebody interpreted that data and told him that's your mother, even though he's not got the DNA test yet. The point I'm trying to make is that testimony is one route to knowledge. That was one thing. Another route to knowledge is rational reasons. You know, like Abu Jabril was mentioning, you know, the design argument is a very good argument, a rational reason to believe. The moral
he said
argument,
that was stupid. He said that was stupid.
He said that's stupid.
Because it's evidential, you see. Akhi, you know what? Actually, I'll tell you something interesting. Even when you see how the universe has been created and the fine-tuning and all the organization and the distances and the levels of gases and all these things, right? The amount of order in the universe to happen from a chaotic explosion is something that goes against all sciences. So, for example, let's say, if I go on top of, a building and I've got a cup like this one, for example, right? And I threw it, and it's going to fall on the ground, it's going to shatter to different pieces in different places. How many times do I need to throw the exact same cup to fall down and to break in the exact same places with the exact same sizes and exact same every single space? It's an impossibility. That probability is impossible. So you can't do that. So chaos does not give you excellent fine-tuning order. And when you compare the broken glass on the floor and how many you broke into the sophistication and complexity of it in comparison to the universe and the galaxies and the planets and the water and the oxygens and the trees, if you compare it to that, it's ridiculous. So when you see a design from that magnitude, and you know for a fact that this cannot make itself, and you think this is a stupid argument, what does that say, really?
Yeah, it's a rational.
Anyways, let him back in because
shall we let him back in? Shall we let him back in?
I want to talk to him before I go pray Maghrib, inshallah.
Okay. Hello, why so religious? You're back in the room.
So there was a couple.
We had to give you a timeout. We had to give you a timeout. Why so religious? We had to give you a timeout, okay? Because so go on.
So that y'all could say things that weren't true about what I said. For one, Feature said that I said that belief in God is stupid. I didn't say that. I said that the watchmaker analogy is retarded because it's humanistic in nature. It is saying that because you see something a human made, then therefore you have to relate it to the universe and that there has to be a creator. Now, one thing that this also does,
actually,
y'all just had 6 minutes? Y'all just had 6 minutes to talk with me in the backstage.
Go ahead. Let him speak. Go ahead.
Then what you fall into is a fallacy of the infinite regress.
Oh, here we go.
Well, you are special. No, you're special. You're special pleading when you say everything has to have a creator, except your creator doesn't need a creator.
No, we don't say everything. No, you misunderstood. We don't say everything has to have a creator. We don't say everything has to have a creator. No, we don't.
No, it's true. Every design requires a designer.
No, listen. We don't say. One minute. We don't say that everything has to have a creator. We don't say that, Ray. We say everything created has to have a creator. There's a difference.
That's what's funny is your semantical game because it's still special pleading. You're claiming that
you just literally
let him finish. Why so religious? Just finish, please.
No.
You have to.
Okay, finish your point. Finish your point. You got 30 seconds.
Special pleading argument.
Go ahead.
Finish your point. You got 30 seconds. Hurry up.
I think yes. You don't want to talk about what we spoke about last week at the very end, which was that Muhammad claimed in a hadith that the sex of a baby
we'll do that later.
There's
no point speaking about
later.
If the main
Later.
There we go.
Yeah. The original problem is a creator. That's the main problem.
No, that's not a problem. That's just based off faith.
Once we start from the top bottom, everything will make sense so far, right? So we can do
that's
this
just
with every
based
single
off
topic.
faith.
No, that's fine. We'll talk about this later. That's fine.
Why so religious? Are you done?
Easy.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Rice or religion? Are you finished?
Continue.
Yes or no?
Continue.
What was the original question? Hold on.
Let me just jump real quick about the watchmaker. Yeah.
So what was the original question?
Yeah. Are we breaking
the
up?
original? And you also claimed that I didn't answer this question. So why do I not believe in a creator? And I gave my reasons that I don't see I don't see a reason for a creator when I look through things naturalistically. I see that they occur throughout the universe.
So do you have to see?
Earlier
You have
that
to see to believe.
Why do you
let him finish?
Can I just ask?
No, I
never. Let him finish. I never
said that.
Give him a chance,
I've never said that. Just like last week, I explained that I don't have to see to necessarily always believe things. So when we look at the universe, as far as we know, the vast majority of things can be explained naturalistically. Now there are things that we haven't been.
Can you just explain what do you mean by
now there are things. Now there are things. Ray. You got
space, bro.
It's impossible to talk to y'all. This is why y'all stay on y'all's own panel instead of going to other people's panels that are not Muslim. Because then you don't have this type of control to speak over people.
Let him finish, John.
Okay, go. Let's make the most.
No, y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
Y'all
go ahead.
It's okay.
Okay, so now, Ray. The reason why you're saying you don't believe in God is because you can explain everything naturalistically, correct?
I didn't say that, man. Do you listen? I said that there are things that we have not been able to explain.
Nobody cut him off. Nobody cut him off because I don't want him accusing me of twisting up his words, okay? I want him to say what he has to say. Nobody cut him off. Nobody disturb him. Tell me why you do not believe in God. Go.
Exactly.
1 minute.
Because I do not see any reason or believe, I do not have faith that there has to be a designer or creator. When I look at the universe, from what we have gained knowledge-wise in at least the past 600 years, points to naturalistic explanations that do not need a supernatural being, a being outside of our universe to create and or to design for the functions of this universe to actually exist. Now, when it comes down to, do we know explanations for everything? No, we don't. But we've only had recent technologies, and within the past 100 years, we have been able to define the universe and expounded upon that considerably, to the point that within every niche that used to be affirmed to God, those niches have been less and less, to the point where the phrase God of the gaps comes in as an argument for needing God for certain things. Go ahead.
Okay, the one thing I would say.
Okay, so
you're assuming, right, that belief in God and belief in science is kind of alternative, like it's a mutually exclusive explanation, that you've got to believe in one or the other. We believe.
I didn't say that.
We believe.
I'm not assuming that either.
We believe in these if you want to call them naturalistic explanations to an extent, as long as it doesn't disagree with revelation, which is established certain knowledge which is revealed from the Creator. So, for instance, like human evolution, okay, we don't believe in that because it goes against revelation. But for things, all of science, we don't have no problem believing all these naturalistic explanations that you're talking about, as long as it doesn't conflict with established revelation. Okay.
And my point is that and that's the reason I don't like this creator argument, is because when you start a creator argument, you're obviously inclined to your belief of the creator, and that's what you're doing. A creator argument, a deist argument, is just that there is a God and it hasn't spoken to people. Then after that comes the theistic argument.
So do you believe in a deistic? Do you believe in a deistic God?
No, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that either.
Okay, can I just say something? Just a quick. This is what I understood from you. So we can everybody have his input, right? So what you're saying is you don't believe in a creator, because you see that there is not enough evidence to believe in one. True? Like out of all what you just said, the summary, you don't find any. Okay. So the next logical question would be, what is an evidence for you? Therefore, if it was presented to you, you would accept it.
I'm sorry, you cut out.
What is an evidence for you? Therefore, if it was presented to you, you would accept it.
Well, I mean, I accept the evidences where they lie. So yes, it would have. I'm not gonna.
No, we're not being philosophical, bro. Just a simple question. What is an evidence? What would you consider an evidence? Therefore, if I presented it to you, you would accept it as one.
As opposed.
Hello?
You're breaking up, bro.
I asked you, are you saying a creator?
You keep breaking up, bro.
Are different.
Sorry, you keep breaking up.
You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Yeah, I'm having internet problems, like I said, for the past couple of days. I don't know why. I'm asking, are you?
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Or what it would take as a theist belief. I'm
asking you a simple question. You're saying to me there is not enough evidence to prove a creator exists. So I'm asking you, what is an evidence? What would you accept as an evidence? So therefore, if I give you that, you would accept it as an evidence. Just a simple thing.
Well, I mean, there's probably plenty of things that would make you
one.
believe, right?
Let's start with the first one.
Okay,
first one.
From
You're breaking up.
Sorry, bro. You're breaking up, bro.
I would believe.
You have to repeat yourself.
You're breaking up. Keep it simple, bro. Just give us one evidence.
I said, if I saw a table descend from paradise through the heavens and then enter a building, then yes, I would believe.
Okay, so empiricism,
that's
something that you see with your eyes.
But I didn't see it, did I?
No, I'm just asking.
Okay. But Jibril, let me come in.
Just 1 second. Let me just ask. So when you see something with your eyes, then you would accept it as evidence. Is that true?
Only empirical evidence. Is that right?
It's a firmer possibility than just holding that you heard it and it's true.
Okay, now, can you remember being born from your mother?
What?
Can you remember? Can you remember your birth? Ray, your internet is not good. You're gonna have to sort your internet out, man.
Cut him off and then invite him back later.
Right.
Yeah, his internet. So, Abu Jibril, just give us a rundown of the line of argument you was going with there. Because
it's just a simple fact, bro. Like, so subhanallah, now when you have issues, right, with any individual that will look at Islam and they will start dissecting very small branches from Islam. Oh, Muhammad said this, the Hadith said that, Tafsir said this. But the original issue is creator. You don't even believe in a creator. So everything that would shower down from Quran, Tawheed, the prophethood, all of these, anything like that, doesn't make any sense to discuss if the original issue still exists. So you have to start from the top. Why do you have an issue with believing in a creator? Okay, I have an issue with 1, 2, 3, and then you take it from there. Now, when I asked him a simple question, and he's gonna come back, we'll talk it, right? When I asked him what is the issue of believing in a creator, he said there's not enough sufficient evidence. Okay, what do you mean by evidence? Oh, I mean by evidence that is empiricism, right? That's the issue. So let's talk about how can we actually solve the issue of Allah's existence. And once that is happening, then let's talk about the nature and so on, right? We're taking it from there, like just basics. I don't need to start speaking to him about hadith and ilm al-rijal and mustalah and shart al-Bukhari is this and shart al-Muslim is that. And if you look at Tafsir ibn Kathir, he accepts Israeliyat for the sake of, but bro, why do I do all this waffling?
No, that's not that.
This individual doesn't know anything.
Let's just let's come back to the point. Ray, why so religious? He basically requires an empirical evidence. This is highly skeptical type of evidence that he is seeking in order to believe something, and that's not how we. Pardon?
Brilliant. It's cool. If he's saying empirical evidence is how we believe, cool.
Not just one moment. But that's not how we live our daily life. He doesn't have empirical evidence that his mother is his mother. That's the point I was making before. I was trying to show that on a daily basis in our human lives, we accept a range of different routes to knowing things. I'm not talking about belief. This word belief is thrown around, right? We're talking about, I know my mother is my mother. I know. What evidence do I have? My birth certificate, which is a testimony from I don't even know who. And a lot of people have never even seen their birth certificate. Their evidence is that their mother told them, and it is a valid route to knowledge. Testimony is a valid route to knowledge. And that's the point I was trying to make. The same way, rational reasons are a valid route to knowledge. But this guy requires seeing a table coming out of the sky. Can you imagine? We've got the Quran, which was sent down. We have the equivalent of what you're asking for, but it's better than that. It's better than that because this isn't a table. This is a whole way of life, a whole Sharia and guidance from an Aqidah perspective, from a moral perspective, from how to govern the whole of humanity in the most perfect way. And all it says is, if you don't believe it, challenge it. Bring a verse, bring a surah. Try and challenge it that way. Bring something better. And I challenge you, Ray, you cannot. And you can't even bring something even like it.
I just want to jump in here too, right? Because when you're looking at atheists, it all comes down to whether you believe in God or not. Okay, so now I'm trying to ask him, what's his reasons for not believing in God? And I asked him, are you saying because of these naturalistic proofs? And he's telling me no, because he wants to be contrary. So and then he ends up saying the same thing again, anyways. But anyway, that's besides the point, right? The point is that he wants evidence, as Abu Jabril was saying. You understand? And it's way easier to prove that God exists than to prove God doesn't exist. Because what he's saying by scientific evidence, his whole belief system in atheism, right, contradicts science itself. What do you mean? Like he was saying that we can prove, naturalistically how these things work and whatnot. And you can. You can to a point. Yes, you can. But here's the catch, right? Those people who tend to believe these systems, they believe in things like evolution, as John Fontaine was saying. Where is the evidence for this? Just evolution only. And then he's going to talk about bones and this bone and that bone, and bones are not evidence of anything. You understand? In science, and especially empirical science, through scientific theory, you're observing things through your five senses, correct? Your sight, your hearing, smell, taste and feeling, right? You're using empirical evidence and through observation. Who observed evolution, for example? Who observed this? And also in science, there's there's an equation in science that basically matter cannot be destroyed, right? So if you burn a fire or something like that, you burn wood, right? The matter in that wood either turns into the same amount in smoke, in gases, whatever, but you get the same amount of matter in that wood. So it's not basically destroyed. What they're trying to tell you, these atheists are trying to tell you that all of this, right, came from nothing. So your car didn't come from nothing. Your bedroom didn't come from nothing. Your mother didn't come from nothing. But the whole entire universe came from literally nothing.
Yeah, bro, if he's still there, bro, just bring him on. I think we just need to continue because I don't feel like, I just want to give him a chance to explain himself. I don't want to make him believe, if he's in, I don't know, to make him believe that we're hogging.
Okay,
I'm
trying to get him to speak, and I don't want him to accuse me.
There's something that he needs to prove to us first in order for us to even attempt to try to give any form of evidence for anything. So he needs to prove to us and give us a proof of how he, as an atheist who believes in this naturalistic, unguided evolution, can even trust his own mind in the first place. Because if we are just a product of blind evolution, how can we trust our own minds? So it doesn't matter whatever evidence I come with, he has no reason or basis to trust his mind.
I was going to state that as well.
Bro, you can't say that with every argument just because it's a good argument. You always say
no, it's all, bro. Because when you were saying this thing was empirical evidence, I was going to say if I give him some shrooms,
bro, you can see.
Forget about tables.
You go get your own arguments, bro.
See animals fly. You know what I'm saying? Like he's saying he can believe what he sees at a table. If I give him some shrooms, he can see more than a table coming from the sky, mate. So how can you believe that then?
You know, this is the thing, right? He is requiring evidence, yet he doesn't even have the tools as an atheist who believes in evolution to even process this evidence.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
And mind you, at the end of the day, every evolutionist proof is based upon bones, and that's it. It's all based upon bones. And if you want to go through Darwin's trip to the Galapagos Islands, Darwin himself did not observe any type of evolution taking place. What he saw was a bunch of similar birds of like kinds with different beak structures and these type of things, right? He didn't.
Let's keep it focused because we're going into evolution now. Let's keep it. Because evolution. Look.
My whole
point. But the point is, features. Even if evolution, right? Evolution is fully true. It doesn't disprove a creator.
Yeah.
So evolution is not an argument.
It would disprove your
creator.
Revelation, but it would disprove your revelation. That's the point.
Okay,
so can I just say something before? So
listen, I gotta go. So I gotta speak, man. I gotta speak.
That's what I was.
That's
what I was trying to say.
Let me speak,
dude. I've been in the back for 10 minutes.
Yes. Okay. Now it's me and you.
Go on.
Finish
off features, and then we'll let him in.
Right. Okay. I want to ask him. Did I get his description of why he doesn't believe in God right? Yes or no? Or did I misquote him? Just ask him that. Okay. Let him
Look
back
at this comment. Subhanallah. He cannot even prove that only valid source of empiricism by using empiricism.
That's fine.
Let him back on.
Okay, are you ready, Ray? Okay.
Did you hear what I asked?
Man, I don't know where this is going, dude. I've been in the back.
Did you hear what I asked? Yes or no?
Dude, you have your 30 seconds of fame.
I'm listening. Yes, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay, give him his 30 seconds of fame. Go on.
Okay, holy shit, dude.
Oh, Ray, I'm sorry. We can't swear on this feed.
You can't listen on this feed, obviously.
We're trying to help.
I'm not trying to cuss, but dude, I'm not trying to swear.
Okay, just go.
This is ridiculous. How many times I keep getting interrupted, dude?
Just apologize for swearing.
Well, I am sorry, man. I'm not trying to disrespect your platform.
I know.
Come on,
I know you're a good guy. I know you're. Go on, carry on. What have you got to say?
So I believe I've been listening to 3 different people features. I believe that you did state what I said as far as naturalistic doesn't need a divine creator. As far as I can tell, throughout the universe and the way that we have examined everything that we've gained knowledge on, the necessary belief for a creator has diminished with every aspect that we have started to discover. I would say kind of like that. So I think that this last time you did come closer, but definitely the first 2 times that you tried to say stuff about it, you misquoted me, and then you you tried to say that I held positions that I didn't. And I want to respond real quick. I was only asked for one example of what would make me believe, right? So I went with something that you're familiar with, and even Feature says that did happen, such as the table coming down from the paradise and heavens and coming down into a building. Now, I gave that specific example. That doesn't mean that's the only type of evidence that would make me believe, right? Obviously,
no, but the question was very specific.
Just let him speak.
Let me quit.
Okay.
Obviously, if there is a deity, then they would have the power to make me believe, and they would know exactly whatever it would take for me to believe. Right?
Bro, your name is why so religious, not why so special, bro.
Let him finish.
Not so special.
It's not about
your name is why so religious, not why so special, bro. Yeah, just remember.
That's not about why so special. It's just about how Islam says that Allah guides.
The teachers at school used to call him a special child.
Just remember, be humble, bro.
Y'all just disintegrate the conversation.
Let him finish.
It's just like the belief.
It's nice to be humble, bro.
What I'm bringing up is if God wanted me to believe, He would know the evidences and He could provide it, or He could cause me to believe, or guide me, like Islam says, right? That Allah guides whom He chooses. So this is the same premise that I'm bringing up. Now, it's not saying that.
Abu Jibril, no, wait.
Okay,
just wait,
dude,
Abu
whatever.
Jibril. I'm going first because I have to leave.
Dude.
No, but I asked the question.
Abu Jibril, just wait, man. Wait, let the man finish, man.
All right, man. Because there's a lot of red herrings. Sorry.
Dude, I'm finished, dude. There's no point.
No, go on.
Okay.
You're chomping at the bit, so go ahead.
No, it's my turn. May I go?
I haven't
why
even spoken, man. I want to ask a question.
May I go? Why it's so religious?
You don't have to ask me. You have to ask. You have to ask your boy over there, not me.
Because I want to go now.
Let's let Features on. 1 minute. We'll be back. Why so religious? Features. Bismillah.
No, I want him back on. I want to talk to him directly.
Okay, go on.
Okay, all right. Okay, so now here's the problem, though, right? When you say that you believe something, it should be applicable across the board, correct? Yes or no? Why so religious?
What do you mean by across the board? Can I get an example of what you're claiming this belief across the board would be?
Like you said about the naturalistic, because of naturalistic science and all this kind of stuff, these type of things. You have to believe this for everything, correct?
Yes, consistency, I guess is what you're saying.
Consistent. Right? Okay, great. The problem is that people who say this are incredibly inconsistent, including yourself. And it's not a personal dig. It's just a fact, right? When we ask you simple questions, because you're telling us that you don't believe because of, the science that has come through the last 100 years. And what you're really talking about Charles Darwin and Charles Lyell, and then the new atheism. That's all you're talking about. And when you
I haven't mentioned evolution. You've mentioned evolution.
Yes, but that's what you mean.
So why would I mention? So why would no wait?
Is that what you mean? Yes or no? Is that what you mean? Yes or no?
I didn't. No, I said 600 years.
So you're telling me that this naturalistic thing that you're talking about. I let you speak, right?
Oh my gosh,
I let you speak,
dude.
Right? Did I let you speak? And I asked the brothers to let you speak. I let you speak, right? It's my turn, right? I want to ask you a question, right? Because I don't want to get. I don't want to get the things that you're bringing up. I don't want to get what you're saying wrong. That's what I'm asking you. All right? I don't want to mix up your words. So you're telling me that this naturalistic science that you're talking about for the last 100 years is not about Charles Lyell and Charles Darwin. That's what you're telling me.
I said the 600 years, which I'm going back to Galileo.
No problem. Let's do 600 years. Even though atheism was popularized by Darwin and Lyell, we'll say 600 years. So the last 600, even better now. You're telling me that you're not talking about Lyell and Darwin, correct?
It wasn't even popularized by Galileo.
Just answer. Like what? Because you're telling me about this naturalistic
So wait, But I do accept evolution, but that doesn't mean that my argument was based off evolution, because I didn't even speak about that.
Is the question confusing? Is it like I'm not trying to be tricky here. I'm just asking very simple.
It's you.
So you're not talking about Lyle, you're not talking about Darwin. Okay,
you.
Good. Okay, good. The answer is no, correct? Your answer is no, correct?
Yes. No.
Okay. Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about?
Like I just tried to tell you, I was talking about all the way with even Galileo, Kepler.
Galileo's not
with gravity
and how. See, this is why you have to, this is why it's important to ask people questions.
No, I'm just giving you examples.
You're telling me Galileo?
You notice I didn't say that he lived 600
no problem.
years ago.
Let's say Galileo. No,
I didn't tell you that.
You just
Okay.
He just legit said Galileo.
Can I jump real quick then? Yeah.
No, you can't. I'm talking to him right now.
Oh, come on, bro, man.
You wait. Go ahead. Tell me who. Why so religious?
You need to say inshallah so that you can get off here and pray.
Yeah, inshallah. Go ahead.
What?
So
you're telling me it's not Lyle, it's not Darwin. Now you're telling me it's not Galileo. Who?
I never said. Oh my beaches! Why can't you listen to a conversation instead of just trying to spin my words? I was mentioning that the science has evolved. The science has 600 years, and I started naming people who are within a time frame that have attributed to that, such as Galileo, Kepler, Newton, Copernicus. Do you want me to?
No problem. Newton.
So then,
let's
then
take Newton.
To say that I said
time, and then you said you didn't say
Galileo.
Now you
was
said
600
Galileo
years
again.
ago.
Now we're going to talk about Newton only. Newton only. Okay. What from
this conversation is going way out? Way out,
bro. Like it's just very, very off, boy.
Teachers, it's off, man. We need to get back to the basics.
I'm trying to get to it. You're saying Newton, right? Okay. What did Newton say specifically that makes you say that there is no God? Go ahead.
What?
You're telling me that you don't believe in God because of naturalistic stuff. And I said, this is all started with Lyle and Darwin. You said, no. The last 600 years. Then you brought up Galileo. I said Galileo.
Because it's not true. That's just not true.
You see what we're doing here?
That's not true. Naturalism did not
start with Darwin.
The whole point is you can't have a discussion with somebody who's doing this stuff. You know what I mean?
Teachers, don't worry about it.
Discussion with you because you try to twist people's words and claim stuff that they didn't say.
Did I twist your words?
Look, you're trying to assume that Darwin is the start of naturalism, which it isn't. The start of naturalism is the premise of science. I never said that.
I said that you.
Oh my gosh, dude!
You meant Darwin and you meant Lyle.
No.
And then
listen, guys.
Who do you mean? And you said
I'm calling it.
Man.
Yeah.
You are really scared of Darwin.
Guys. Yes. Let me just put Why So Religious back there for a moment. And features, we're gonna have to move on with this conversation. SubhanAllah.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be productive.
You can't talk with people like that, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get some consistency. Okay, what do you really believe?
I think we're going in different directions. And
let's go back to the basics, bro. Let's just understand things based on the basics.
The basic thing is Why So Religious? As an atheist who doesn't believe in a God, who believes that our minds came from an unguided evolutionary process, that he believes that he can trust his rationality. And funny enough, this was actually known as Darwin's doubt, because Darwin himself said, how can we trust our minds? Because if our minds evolved from lower beings like monkeys or, the common ancestor, how can we even trust our mind? What is the basis of it? And it's Allah who gives us this basis of our rationality. So really it's for why religious to actually prove why we can trust our own minds, and also how we can we even come to truth under an atheistic worldview. Because if you can't give us reasons to believe or to know in our rationality and in truth, then it doesn't matter what evidence we give. You can deny it.
That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going on. And that was my point. That's why there's no consistency.
You know,
because
the only
now
thing
you're asking
the only consistent thing about Ray is that he's inconsistent.
Yeah, you're asking very simple questions. I'm not trying to get a gotcha moment. I want to know what you believe. He can't tell me what he believes because he doesn't know what he believes.
Well, I'll tell you what. Shall we get him back on? Shall we give him one last chance?
No, but I need to speak
if he wants. If he wants.
Okay, let's give up. I just want to ask Abu Jabril, you got 2 minutes with him. Bismillah. Right?
Go ahead.
Abu Jabril wants to speak to you.
Hello.
You don't believe in God, right? Okay.
I'm listening.
Why don't you believe in God? Because of naturalistic so-and-so for the last
Teaches. He wasn't talking to you, dude. Do you even listen to John when he says that Abu Jabril is Jabril?
Yeah, I know you're upset.
Do you listen to these conversations, dog?
I know you're upset.
No, do you listen to even the channel host?
But this is
he just said Abu Jabril.
And when I ask you small questions, you can't answer. Very small questions.
Wait, John Fontaine just says that it's not your turn, and you can't even listen to that.
I know you're mad.
Oh, so it's easy, bro. It's chill, bro.
I know you're
okay, Abu Jabril, own it.
Yo, man. Yeah. So let's just keep it simple, right? So the question that was asked very specifically for you, bro, is that what would you consider as an evidence that if I presented to you, you would accept? That was the question. It wasn't give me an example of what would you think. I said to you, what is something that you would accept as an evidence? Just keep it simple. You asked me, One second.
Do you want to go over the whole
conversation
again?
What do you accept?
Let me finish.
I'm just elaborating. So you can understand exactly what I mean this time. If you ask Abu Jabril, what do you accept as an evidence of your belief? I would tell you I accept the Quran. Simple as that. I won't go here, there, and everywhere. So tell me, Ray, why so religious? What would you consider an evidence that you would accept?
I already gave you one.
Okay, empiricism, yeah?
I gave you an example. I gave you an example.
Give me something that you consider as evidence.
I said a table being sent down from the sky.
Okay, so if you don't see a table sent from the sky,
because even
you won't believe.
If I may, no.
Okay,
you're asking.
Ray,
I even said earlier. This is how this conversation went. This is how the conversation went. You asked me, and I said that there are.
Bro, forget about what happened. I'm asking you right now.
And yes, but you're asking for one thing. But to limit my human experience to just needing one example or one proof that would make me believe is rather ridiculous, because there's multiple things that could make me believe.
Look. It's simple, right? Yeah, I'm just trying to be productive here. I'm asking you as a person who disbelieve in a creator, because of the lack of evidence. So I'm asking you, what do you mean by evidence that therefore made you an atheist? And that's a simple question. Right, because the simple thing
we do not. Okay. You put it that way. Let me answer.
So tell me, what is the evidence then? Go on.
The lack of evidence that a creator is needed to explain various actions in the universe.
Okay, I'm coming in now.
Okay,
I'm coming in. Are you ready? I need to say something about the last point. Are you ready, Ray?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm listening.
So you said that if a table was sent down from outside of this creation and it came into a house, then you would believe. Is that correct?
I said yes. That would be a reason that would give me a reason to believe. Yes.
Okay. Repeat after me. Shahada.
You see,
repeat after.
Notice how you're faking this conversation.
Let's keep
Notice this fake conversation.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
I said that I would need to see it, right? I said that
Let
I
me
would
finish.
need to see it. Why
Let
are
me
you
finish.
Why are you changing the stipulation?
Let me finish. Okay, that's not what you said actually. But anyway, so you need to see it.
Yes, go back and rewatch it, John, before you delete the stream.
Okay, I'll watch it before I delete it. Don't worry. So the point I was mentioning is, why would you have to see it? Why would you not just accept the testimony, a valid testimony? Can I ask you a question, Ray? If
listen.
If there was a valid testimony that this happened, would you accept it? The same way you have a valid testimony that your mother is your mother. I'm asking you, if there was a valid testimony,
no, I would not accept.
Why not?
I would not. Let me answer. I would not accept something. I would not accept something with such a miraculous claim based off of what even just populum, ad populum, accepts as a valid witness, right? Because that is something different. Now let me.
I know it's hard. Listen. No. I know it's hard to believe, Ray.
John, real quick.
Listen.
I'm gonna go, guys.
John. So do you?
I know it's hard to believe.
John, do you believe?
I know it's hard to
John,
believe.
do you believe that? What about a chair? Was a chair sent down also? Was a chair sent down also?
Can I just finish my point, please? Just want to finish my point about what you asked, because I'm trying to be productive for everybody that's listening, right? I'm just trying to be productive here. You're saying empiricism, i.e., if there's a table that comes from the sky, you believe. Would you agree with me? Why so religious? Yeah. If you agree with me that I can slip you some shrooms or put you some drugs that make you hallucinate and imagine even more than a table coming from the sky, can I do that?
I mean,
yes?
Yeah, hallucinogenic,
right,
or just a person's mind,
right.
Or just a person's mind.
So empiricism
is
not an evidence then, right? Because I can play with it. Is that true? That would supportive evidence.
No, wait. Hallucinations is not equatable to. No, it's not. But they're not equatable to imperialistic concepts, right? Imperialism.
Bro.
They're not the same thing,
bro. I'm just keeping it simple.
No,
You're saying to me, if you
but that's not simple.
It is.
You're trying to. No.
You're speaking
real
about
quick.
empiricism.
Let me define. Let me
second.
define why you're conflating two things. Because one of them is a delusion. One of them is a delusion, and the other one is imperial.
You wouldn't know the difference, man. How would you know? How would you know the difference between a delusion and not if you're asking for something that is supernatural, that supersedes?
Have you ever done a hallucinogen?
Of course,
have you ever
man.
done a
hallucinogen for 15 years? Of course.
So you're claiming that during your time doing these hallucinogens, you didn't know that you were on the hallucinogen, or you couldn't even tell.
Are you trying to say to me? Hold on. Let's not go there, right? Let's take it back.
Where is this going? Features.
No, that's what I'm saying. Let's take it back.
Gone.
Yeah.
Just 1 minute,
let's take it back. Ray, I'll keep it simple with you, mate. Yeah. The reason why I'm asking this is simple. Because you have the burden of the proof lies on the person who's claiming. Now, the majority of the world is theists. The majority of the world believe in a creator, depending on different religions. You're a person who is from the very small minority who's coming along to say, by the way, guys, all the majority in the world is wrong. So please, can you provide us with evidences to make us disbelieve in a God? Forget about Islam. I don't want to speak about Islam and about Quran, about Hadith. I don't want to speak about that. You're a person from the very small minority, minute in the world, that says that there is no creator. Can you please disprove God for us? Go on.
Did I ever claim that I could disprove God?
So you can't.
Did I ever claim that?
So you can't.
Wait. So you're making an argument that I've never made.
Mate. Aren't you saying you're an atheist?
No, wait. Yes. That's a
what does an atheist mean?
I do not believe. Atheist means a lack of belief in God.
What belief?
Does not believe in God.
But you don't believe in belief, do you?
I never
claimed.
I never claimed that I'm an anti-theist, right? Or anti-deist. I never claimed that.
Let's keep it productive, remember? I'm not trying to go into a discussion. I'm just keeping it simple. When you're saying a lack of belief, you don't believe in a belief, true?
I don't believe in the belief of a God.
No. A belief in general. You don't believe in a belief, do you?
Everybody has beliefs. What are you talking about?
Right, okay. So you're saying if everybody has beliefs, you believe that there is no creator, true?
I lack a belief in the. I lack a belief.
See how we're playing with words, bro? I mean, I wish I could speak to you in different languages.
I'm using.
It's a simple thing. It's a simple thing.
I'm using dictionary terms.
Bro. I'm just asking you.
Guys.
Hold on. It's a simple thing, bro. John, let him tell us how we shouldn't believe in a creator.
Simple. Keep it simple,
bro,
guys.
Exactly. Just keep it simple. I'm just saying, please make us disprove to us a creator. It's a simple thing to do. You're here for that, actually. The only reason why you're religious, the only reason why you came on this platform is because you're trying to doubt Quran and how you believe in Quran and blah, blah, blah.
Look, even 2 weeks ago, listen, even Reactionary is in the channel.
Why so religious? Just calm down.
Did LOL earlier. He knows
why so
my
religious? You need to calm down.
I have never said.
It's a bit aggressive.
Dude, I'm just talking. I have never said.
I
have never held the position. I have never. Dude, I have never held the position that I can disprove a creator God. What I've said is I can disprove your belief by what your creator God says. Now, that's the difference with like deism, right? Deism is the belief that there is a God, the creator, but he's never spoken to humans. So I can't disprove that. But if you hold the belief that your God has spoken to people, I can disprove your belief by what is allegedly said as revelation.
Don't you sound that this is nonsensical, my brother? Because you're saying to me, if I said there is no revelation, then you can't disprove God. But if there is revelation, you can't disprove God. You can disprove God. Do you understand?
No, you can disprove. You can No, it's not. It's not nonsensical.
Because even a deist believes in a God, doesn't he?
No. So a deist does believe in a God.
And what God? How did he understand that the God exists?
How?
On what belief?
Am I breaking up? Can you hear?
I am.
So a deist does believe in a God, but they don't believe that a God has spoken to people, which means you can't disprove what that alleged God has done or said because it hasn't said anything. But when you hold a belief that God has spoken to people and give them direction and giving them what is considered revelation based off of what that revelation says, if it is not coherent and true with what we know factually in the universe, then that
I'm coming in. No. Abu Jabri, I'm taking you out. I'm coming in. So, Ray, I want to bring you back because this is the point which I mentioned before. You're saying that basically, based off your rationality, you can disprove that in the theistic Islamic God. Is that what you're saying?
Wait, I'm sorry.
Based off your rationality,
broke up a little bit.
Based off your rationality, from from where you are, you're from the US. Your specific rationality that you have, you can disprove the theistic Islamic God. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, based off of the words that are attributed to him and Muhammad.
Okay, so the first thing.
If I may, real quick. If I may,
let me finish.
Yeah, I know, John. I just need 10
No. You've had all your time, Ray. You've had all your time. You come on here shouting and bawling, and you don't even give us you don't even let us speak. Subhanallah. So give me a chance, Ray. It's only fair. So you are claiming that with your rationality, you can disprove a theistic Islamic God. Okay. So the first thing you need to do is prove and give us a reason how you know that your rationality works and that your rationality can come to truth. And then we can have a discussion.
So, the truth of rationality is, firstly, there is a philosophical position. I'm not agreeing with it, but that we have created everything due to our mind, because we can only attest to what our mind actually sees or accepts, right? This is why people are considered generally crazy at times. You see, like, I think in France in the early 1900s, there was a wave of people claiming to be Charlie Chaplin, right? That's because their rationality really didn't make sense, right? Their brains didn't see the world as the collective sees it. Now, when we're talking about rationality, it is based off of a collective. We only know about things that we experience through a collective acceptance of what is true and what is not true. And when I'm speaking about using the words of a certain theist belief to disprove their deity beliefs, this is the same thing that every religion does against every other religion. Right now, I know, John, you hold a position that you don't like when Dawa people use Bible to like enhance Islamic Dawa or whatnot. But the same principle applies. The same principle applies that people will use, even if they're not doing Dawa. You'll see this constantly, that people will use verses of a Bible to say this contradicts this, or this can't be true because another part of it says something different, or it's not the way that the world works. So,
bro, you're not answering this question.
One minute, Abu Jabril, just give us, Abu Jabril, please, just give me a minute. Yeah, just give me a minute.
Go on, Ray. Question, though.
Just 1 minute. Go on, Ray. Hello?
Bro, he went all too detailed all of a sudden. What happened?
1 minute. Let me bring you back in. Hello? Hello? Hello, why so religious? You're struggling. He's gone off. He's lost his internet. So the point.
He's answering the question, mate.
No, he was getting there. Let him speak, because he's talking himself into a big problem. Here he is.
He was.
Yes, sorry about that.
Okay, problem. Can you hear? Yeah, can you hear me yet?
Yeah, go on. You were saying about the Bible.
Okay,
go on.
So all I was trying to do was show.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. So anyway, what we were saying, let's see if we can get him to come back. What I was saying is, he's claiming that he can disprove a theistic Islamic God based on his rationality. So, hello, why so religious? Go on.
Can I be heard yet?
Yeah.
Yes, it's just there was a problem with your internet. You're back.
Yeah, my internet has been horrible. So all I was trying to do was show that there is this rationale that you're questioning is exhibited through various belief systems against other belief systems. That's all I was trying to point out. Now, when you try to ask me, so when you ask me about my rationality, it seems that we at least share one basis of rationality as far as disproving other religions, right? So to question
can I just come back on that? Can I come back on that point, Ray? Okay, my thing is, see, Muslims and Christians and all theists share the same concept that it's the Creator who gave us our basis to believe in our rationality, that we believe that Allah, or the Creator, has given us the ability to have reason and rationality. But what I'm saying is, as an atheist, you don't have that basis to trust your rationality. And as I mentioned, Darwin's doubt, where he said, how can we trust the mind of a human, when we have basically evolved from lower beings? So my question to you is, I understand and I do believe, let me just one moment. I do believe that you do have rationality. As a theist, I believe that Why So Religious has rationality. Okay. I know that you have a certain level of reason. That's not what I'm asking. All right. What I'm asking is, from an atheistic evolutionary perspective, how do you have a valid basis of rationality to the extent that you think you can disprove, a theistic Islamic God?
So
you can go ahead now.
Even if we look at, let's say fish, right? They have a rationality of being scared of other fish. Or you have some fish that aren't scared of sharks, that actually clean the shark's teeth. And the rationality is that they know the shark's not going to eat them, and it also protects them against bigger fish. So
Can I
in
just
nature,
respond?
you can see. I asked to respond just a moment ago, but go ahead.
Just to respond to that little point, you see, you're using your rationality to understand that fish have rationality. Is that not circular reasoning? To prove your rationality by saying, I'm using my rationality to prove that a fish has rationality, that I have rationality.
No, because you spoke of it as an evolutionary concept, right? So in the evolutionary concept, it would be that you would use examples of lower evolutionary life forms to give examples of why we have what we have, such as eyes and stuff like that. You look at fish eyes and stuff. So this is a relative concept. It's not me using circular reasoning, actually. But what I would say though is, because it seems like such a disconnect here with theists and atheists about when they ask questions such as rationality. All you have to fall back on is you have a God belief that gave it to you. Now, maybe I even have less, right? Maybe I even have less, but I'm not going to just say that because I have belief in something that isn't proven, that determines what I say is true. Now,
you just said that.
No, I didn't. What did I say? That how?
Yeah, you legit just did. But continue.
Okay, quote it. No, Features, you're making a claim. Go ahead, quote it.
Did you not just say I'm what you call it? I may have less of a ground to stand on than somebody who says that their rationality comes from a God. Did you say this? Yes or no?
I was saying that when it comes down to this topic, right, about rationality, I might not be able to stand as firm as somebody who says because they have a belief God gave it to them. Now, what I'm saying is, from an evolutionary standpoint, we do not have a defined time of when rationality can be confirmed.
Can I respond?
That's the reason I'm
saying.
Ray? Let me just say. Let me.
1 minute. Features.
Dude,
1 minute.
Why are y'all chomping at the bit?
Yeah,
I'm trying to explain.
Ray, we were doing all right because we were basically, asking each other, it's okay, respond right now. So Features, we've got some new rules in the house. You went to pray and you came back. We got Sharia going on in here now. All right. So basically we put our hand up and ask Ray if we can interject. So Ray, can I just come in a minute?
Okay, go ahead, John.
That's very moral of you. Thank you. So, I have a quote here from John Lennox. You know John Lennox?
Yeah, lovely man.
I've heard the name. I don't really know any other words.
He's a professor of mathematics at the University of Oxford. He's a Christian philosopher, but he basically says, he says the mind that does science is in the end a product of a mindless, unguided process Now, if you knew your computer was the product of a mindless, unguided process, you wouldn't trust it. So to me, atheism undermines the rationality I need to do science. So the point we're getting at, Ray, is that rationality itself, okay, in an atheistic worldview, it doesn't make sense because you have no basis for it. So what I was getting at is you need to, the burden of proof really is on you.
That's why
as
I
an
said
atheist to prove that you can trust your mind in order for us to actually start presenting evidence to you. Go ahead.
No, wait. Abu Jabril said earlier that the evidence of proof is with the person making the claim.
Yes.
Now, Jabril, so the claim
you're
making a claim. I said to you, the majority are theists. You're the minority who are atheists.
It's not just the majority. It's not just about the minority or majority. The fact is that you've got a hidden.
I'm not making a claim.
You've got a hidden claim.
You're making the claim that because of God you have rationality.
Okay, but you're making the claim that you have rationality in order to understand our proof.
No, you were totally switching this. The claim is simple, right? You're claiming that rationality is given by God. That is your claim.
No. The claim was this. The claim was we believe in a creator. You don't. The burden of proof is on you because you are the minority, we're the majority. So please.
That's not what the burden of proof is.
That was the main thing.
Abu Jabril,
let me come back to that point. We're speaking about.
Ad populum. Real quick, I wanna address that. Abu Jabril, ad populum is not the basis of burden of proof, right?
It is.
Because no, it's not. Because the majority of people in this. No, it's not.
It's not.
You understand?
It is.
No, it's not.
We're 1 point. Hold on. We're 1.9 billion Muslims. You guys are about 1 million something, right? So can you please prove to us your argument? You're coming to a Muslim panel, speaking to Muslim individuals, saying to them, by the way, guys, you guys are mistaken. God does not exist. Please explain to us. Forget about Islam.
Once again, Abu Jabril.
I haven't finished. Remember, we had this conversation. I can ask a question and all of that.
Have I ever said that God doesn't exist?
Hold on. Just let me just finish my point. I'll finish my point.
So then, why are you making a claim that I didn't make?
No. I'll finish, bro. By you're making the claim by default by saying you're an atheist on a Muslim panel. This is just a default thing. You don't need to even say it. When you're here speaking to us and debating about certain things, what you're trying to do is disclaim. You're trying to disprove Islamic beliefs and disprove Allah's existence and so on. So you don't need to make the claim, I'm here to do this. You're clearly doing it, right? So the main point is this. Now you're a person which is very simple, trying to say to us, I'm an atheist. You guys are theists who believes in a creator. You're Muslim. Please disprove to us a creator because you don't speak Arabic. You didn't study Hadith or Quran. You don't know anything about Islamic studies. So clearly, you're not qualified to have that Islamic discussion because you won't understand a lot of terminology we're going to tell you. But you are a professional in not believing in God because you yourself disbelieve in it. So please, make us disbelieve in a creator. Simple as that. Forget about Islam. Forget about anything else. You're here as an atheist, believing that you're an atheist. Make us the same.
Abu Jabril, you just
don't
went
go
on
into
a
circular
rant
argument.
that I never said, and I never stated. I have never
claimed. You go on a circular argument, mate. I'm just saying it's simple. Don't shout.
I never said
bro.
this.
Calm down. It's cool. But you don't need to say this. It's like, bro. It's like me coming on as a Muslim on your panel of atheists.
Wait.
And what am I going to be there doing, bro? Like, what am I going to do?
No,
to ask you to go on a Friday night? What am I doing there on an atheist panel? Come on, bro.
So what you're doing is you were trying to make arguments that I haven't made and then tried to tell me that I need to defend these arguments.
Why so religious? Are you not an atheist?
I am an atheist.
And what are you doing here since you've starting? What are you trying to do?
I do not believe in God.
Right. I agree with you. So make us the same. Go on.
But the thing is, what you're trying to do is you're separating your theist belief and trying to talk about deism, right? You're trying to say,
Why so religious?
You just
came on
did.
a Muslim panel. Hold on. You came on a Muslim panel for a few weeks now. You're trying to make us disbelieve in our belief, right? Isn't that what you're trying to do?
I'm holding a discussion.
Yeah, I know. To do what? What's the point of discussion? Are you just trying to waste our time and yours? Or you're trying to
John
make
even
us
asked me.
disbelieve?
John asked me to come on, dude. When y'all,
No, bro, you're more than welcome to be here.
When
You
y'all
don't
went off at
misunderstand
the
what I'm saying.
screen,
You're more than welcome. More than welcome.
Wait. So John asked me to come on here. He said, "Why so might come on, inshallah." And then I came on. Both you and Peaches were off the panel at the time. It wasn't like
Bro,
it
you're
was
more than welcome.
directed
That's
about
not my
what we're
question,
gonna.
bro. That's not my question.
No.
That's not my question. That's not my question.
So
Are you
able
bro,
to wait?
We've been invited by how many people on their panels and we refused? We don't have to accept every single invitation, bro. Yeah, you're freer in being an adult man to accept or reject things. In order for you to accept this invitation, it means that you have something to deliver. It's simple, right, bro? We're adults here, so I'm just saying the reason why you're here, right? The reason why you're here is you want us to disbelieve in what we believe, which we give you a panel to prove it. But since you're not an expert in Islam or Arabic or anything like that, the only thing you're expert at that we're trying to give you the panel for is make us disbelieve in a creator. It's as simple as that, bro. Go on. Can you do that, please? Can you please make us disbelieve in a creator?
Can I just come in? Let me just come in one moment. So Ray, let me just clarify what Abu Jabril is saying, right? So what you're saying, Abu Jabril? What was I going to say? Subhanallah, just gone from my mind. Subhanallah. So features. Just to clarify, why so religious? Did you understand what Abu Jabril said?
He is trying to get me to take a position that I've never took.
Which is?
To try to get people to disbelieve in a creator. I've never took that position. I've said, like I spoke before, about theist beliefs, right? About what the deity that people believe in, whether it's Hinduism, whether it's Christianity, Judaism, Islam, let me finish real quick. I'm saying that theist belief can be disproven as opposed to the deist belief. I cannot disprove that.
Okay. Now, what Abu Jabril is saying, which is a very, very valid point, right? Because the things that you have to disprove in order to disprove the Islamic theistic God, right, is you have to basically go into the Quran and the Sunnah. Do you understand? That's the way one in which, if one wants to basically refute and
I agree.
disprove.
I agree.
So what Abu Jabril is saying to you is you're not trained in this field, so you're not qualified to go into this subject.
What's strange though about this concept is that you don't need to be trained in this field to believe, but
that's what you claim, which is absolutely false.
So you're claiming wait.
It's just simple logic, bro. Like, bro, we're just humbly, right? Like talking to you, honestly, bro. Like, it's just very simple.
Let me finish what I just said.
In medicine, I have to be proficient in medicine to speak
about
it.
No. So wait.
And you're saying to me, I don't
you
have
can
to
believe.
Speak about
Ray. It sounds like a good point that he's making. That if you know, number one, my point was good without praising myself, which is you have to give us a reason to believe that you have reason, right? Number one, you have to give us a reason. Listen. You have to give us a reason to believe that, number one, humans have the ability to trust their reason, and number two, that Ray has the ability and he has reason, and that's an even bigger proof that you have to give us to believe that you have reason. All right.
So what I was trying to say,
the third one is that you have to be qualified to go into these things.
So it's funny how, like I was trying to say, you don't have to know any of this to believe it, but to disprove it,
you have to know enough of it.
No, actually, you wouldn't, right? Because Allah doesn't say that you need to know all of that. All He says is that you need to
See, these are the
believe
claims.
in the
These are
Quran.
dangerous
In the
claims. This is dangerous
Quran,
claims.
does not Allah say that you believe in Allah, you believe in His messengers, you believe in His
Okay, guys,
angels,
please
you
just give me
believe?
1 second. Just John and Features, just give me 1 second. Okay,
Is it
so let me
impossible
explain.
to let me speak, dude?
Of course, no, you just made a very powerful claim, which is very
Oh my
dangerous
gosh, dude.
for your sake.
It's
Because
ridiculous.
I
It's
don't want you to be
ridiculous,
thrown
dude.
in hellfire for saying about Allah what you don't know, right? Because you're speaking with what Allah said in the Quran.
Because
now.
it's not Arabic.
So
That's your claim because it's not
Can
Arabic.
you why so religious? Quickly, as I am with you right now, as we talk, over each other quickly, I want you to do that the same with me right now, and tell me what are usul al-tafsir. That based upon usul al-tafsir, we do the tafsir of ayat Allah. Quickly, what's the first one?
Because you have
Quickly,
to
what is
speak
it?
Arabic to try to make yourself.
What's usul al-tafsir?
seem
What are the
more
principles
important.
of tafsir? First one, quickly. Wait, just give me a second. Give me
No,
Just 1 second. 1 second. First
So
one.
you're asking
Usul
about
tafsir?
tafsirs?
No, principles of tafsir. What's the first one?
No, Abu Jabril, don't go there.
First one, second
No.
one.
Come on.
See, are you Googling quickly? Are you searching? So if you can't just talk over me quickly, no, blah, and you're interrupting me, but now you're going somewhere to find what I'm talking about.
Listen. Let me come in.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm on my phone. What are you talking about?
We've got a quick. Just come on, guys.
Hold on, bro. I'm just trying to prove to the audience and to myself.
1 minute.
Look at these claims
You're
this guy has
you're
to
not
make to try to
expert in Islamic
me.
studies. Therefore, you can't speak about
Just
what
1
Allah
minute.
said and didn't say.
Guys,
But
Bismillah.
you are an expert in
Bismillah.
atheism. Hence, you don't
Bismillah,
believe.
I'm coming in. So, this one Features, you've got a lot of noise from your side.
It's a kettle. The kettle's going on.
Okay. Why so religious? We've had a request in the comments, and I think it is a valid thing. I think at least once every time you come on, we need to basically do what is obligatory on us as Muslims and invite you to Islam. Okay.
No, thank you.
One thing, I know you might think this is funny and you might mock us or whatever, but you have to understand, why so religious, that, on a serious level, and I'm being honest, and I think you will agree with us, that we sincerely do want you to be guided to Islam. And
I'm not doubting that, dude.
I know, and I want you to know that. And another thing is, that we believe this religion, because if we didn't believe, there would be no incentive really for us to be in Islam, because we're all three of us have tasted what it's like to not be a Muslim, and it's fun. Now don't get me wrong, once you have Iman, it's better and more fun to be a Muslim.
Emotions.
No problem, just let me finish. But I just want you to know that number one, we're sincere, inshallah, okay? That we're not like some born again Christians who don't believe what they claim to believe. Does that make sense? We're not like these people.
Okay, John. Yes,
we do. We
you
really
are
believe.
Pious. I understand. You are righteous. I get it.
We never said that. But we believe it. We believe it. We never said we're pious. All right, but we do believe what we're preaching, and we do want it for you, and we sincerely do want it for you. And I know we have a bit of fun in games, and I know I troll you a bit, and you troll me, and we have a bit of fun in games. But at the end of the day, we do care about you, and we do want you to find the truth. And on a serious level, behind closed doors, on a serious level, I sincerely ask you just to check the things out, what we're talking about. Number one, that, not having a basis of our own reason as from an atheistic evolutionary perspective, there's no reason to believe and accept and trust our rationality. Okay. There's no basis or understanding of truth under an atheistic evolutionary perspective. So, the whole concept of using tools like rationality, the scientific method, and testimony, all these different routes to knowledge that we find and know things are really irrelevant under an atheistic worldview. And But under a theistic worldview, the underlying basis is that there is an all-knowing God, basically, okay, or creator. And of course, that's what we're inviting to. And we do believe that this creator has revealed revelations to different prophets. And as you mentioned, and I think you know from my previous videos, it's not the Bible. We don't, as Muslims, we do not believe in the Bible, you know, and I think you know that we don't believe in the Bible. You know, we don't believe the Bible is the Torah or the Zabur or the Injil from the Islamic perspective, but we believe that God gave specific revelations to them prophets and they no longer exist. Now, we also believe that the Quran is that final message, okay? And rather than trying to refute it, like, you know, when you go to something with the intention to refute it, and I know because I did the same as you, I tried to refute the Quran, but every time there was answers. And I ask you, Ray, to not go on these dodgy websites like whatever they're called, where they're giving
oh my gosh, dude.
Just one minute.
This is why this is so infuriating. You're assuming
okay,
that I
not
don't
you.
like.
Okay, Ray, I take it back. Not you. But I'm encouraging the viewers that people who have false views, some people go on these dodgy websites and find weird things. All right. I'm encouraging you seriously, right? Because I know you have an academic side. You know, you like to research. You know a lot about different things, and it's not beyond your capability to read the Quran in English. It's not beyond your capability to read some actual literature from a Muslim about what Islam is from an Islamic perspective. It's not beyond your capability, is it? So I just encourage you to actually approach the Islamic religion and books and evidences and sincerely just have a look at what it says instead of approaching it with the intention to prove it wrong. And I know that sounds a bit evangelical. I know it sounds
would it even matter? Would it even matter if Allah chooses not to guide the person? Would it be futile if they even wanted to believe? But Allah has already created them for the hellfire.
Yeah, that doesn't
Let me
work
tell
like
you.
that.
Just 1 minute, Abu Jabril. I'm in a really. I think we've got a smooth conversation going here. Just give me 1 second. Why so religious? Let me tell you. I sincerely. What's going on? There's some crazy sound going on. Anyway, I sincerely believe. Why so religious? That anyone who sincerely wants to find the truth, we believe that Allah will guide them. If you're sincere, Allah will guide you. Now, let me tell you why so religious. And you're going to think I'm sounding all evangelical. I get it. But on a serious note, and you can laugh at me and mock me all you want, but on a serious note, if you put your head on the floor in your house, on your own, in a room, and you sincerely say to the Creator, if there is a Creator, show me the way. Like on a serious note, I want to find out the truth, right? Whether it's Islam or whatever it is, ask the Creator to show you the truth. And I am sure anyone who's sincere, Allah will show them the truth. Seriously, it's just that
but
people.
The question is, if Allah has created a person for hellfire and they do want to believe, will that be changed? Because Allah guides whom He chooses, and it also says that some people were created for the hellfire. So there's a dilemma here in the sense that if Allah, let's say, has created me for the hellfire and He is misguiding me right now on His own purpose, no matter if you tell me to do as sincere as I want to, if Allah has already created me and chosen to misguide me, He may choose not to guide me. That is the concept that I'm bringing up.
Abu Jabril, you want to come in? You said you want to address that.
Okay, so let's that's an excellent question, bro. Right?
It's a good question. Very good question.
That's an excellent question. So when it comes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's destiny, predestiny, we have two things, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the people who are going to choose to disbelieve, and they're going to choose to neglect and ignore his guidance. And by default, when they pass away on that disbelief, they're going to go to hellfire, and they're going to be the fuel of hellfire. No one of these people would want to believe in Allah, but Allah would neglect the choice, because nobody is a robot. Allah does not create robots. You understand? Allah knowing something and not acting upon it is different than Allah knowing something and program them to be something else. It doesn't work like that in Islam. You understand? So if someone wants to
about that.
I understand.
Just listen. Just listen to the Islamic perspective.
So the logical fallacy of Allah creating someone to be, kindle of the hellfire, and this person, subhanallah, miskeen, he wants to believe, but God created me to become from the hellfire. This is not an Islamic belief. The ones who Allah is mentioning, saying He has created them for hellfire, meaning that these individuals have been given the guidance, have been given everything in nasiha and all of that and advice, and they chose to disbelieve, and therefore they go into hellfire. Not that Allah created them pre-programmed for hellfire. So you have to understand the Arabic and the context. You understand? So this is what it means.
Just let me come in.
Once again, this isn't the argument.
Ray, just give me 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. I want to keep this conversation really at this level, because we get in a nice flow of conversation, and we're not shouting over each other. We're letting each other speak. So what Abu Jabril's based, did you understand what Abu Jabril said there?
I understand, but it's not the point that I made. Even using,
okay,
I've heard this analogy about robots. I've heard this on quite a few Islamic channels is trying to talk about this subject. But even inside of the Hadith, it talks about when after the semen is collected in the womb, Allah will send an angel down, and we'll talk about the intentions. We'll talk about the it says that the angel writes down what Allah tells him about the intentions, the person's life, this and that. Now, the point that I
believe that one.
So what I'm saying here is, and then you even have write down everything from the pen 50,000 years before the creation. Yes. And the Quran itself is eternal, which means it was before the pen was created to write down everything. So
that's a good point.
we look at this concept inside of Islam. The argument that the position that I'm bringing is that you tell me that I can put my head down on the floor, and if I sincerely want to believe that Allah will guide me, but the
Ray, I get the point. Can I come in? Can I come in? Okay.
Go ahead.
What I'm going to basically reiterate what Abu Jabril said, because there's a distinction between, these writings that have been pre-written. Okay, there's a pre-written writing where Allah has ordered the pen to write everything that's going to happen. Okay, but this writing is from knowledge. This is because Allah, He knows everything that's going to happen. He's not right. We are not following the writing like a record playing.
May I just say this though?
Let me
explain.
So
the point is, can I be sincere without Allah willing it?
Okay, let me come to that. I'm coming. Okay. As I mentioned, the first thing is you mentioned about the writings. Okay, now these writings predate our actions. Okay, Allah ordered the pen to write everything that's going to happen, and this is predestined in the sense that that Allah knows what's going to happen because He knows everything. Do you get that first point?
I understand that, John.
Okay, now just because he knows what's going to happen, and just because it's recorded that what's going to happen, it doesn't mean that we are following it like a record.
But does he control everything that happens?
Let me come to that point. So do you understand that first point about knowledge?
I just said yes.
Ray,
you're
come on,
making me repeat, dude. You're making me repeat myself. Like
I'm sorry. I'm just no, Abu Jabril. Let me finish.
Okay.
The point is, Ray, please have a bit of respect, because the reason it's not necessarily you I'm breaking it down for. So I know sometimes I sound a bit repetitive, but we've got.
But you're asking me the same question 2 or 3 times. That's what's infuriating. I try not to do that to y'all. That's honest about me. I don't try to ask y'all the same thing over and over and then get the same answer.
The reason is because we've got an audience of 15 people here. You know, it's not a huge audience, but people can benefit when we clarify what we're saying, and we don't have to keep repeating.
I agree.
Okay, so the first point is when we're talking about predestination, is that Allah knows everything. He knows absolutely everything that's going to happen, because his knowledge is something you cannot imagine. It's not something comparable to our knowledge, because our knowledge is based on experience with the things we experience and learn from other people, okay? And our knowledge is not absolute. I'll give you an example. If I drop a glass on the floor, what's going to happen to it, Ray? Hello, Ray?
You muted him.
Are you there?
I think he's muted.
Yeah, he muted himself.
Oh, okay, maybe he's got.
Yeah,
hello, Ray.
I'm just listening.
Okay, what would happen if I drop a glass on the floor, Ray? Okay, features. What would happen if I drop a glass on the floor?
I said it would fall. Glass doesn't always break when it hits the floor. But it does.
Exactly.
I don't think we're meaning semantically.
Exactly. So just 1 minute.
That's not semantics. That's not semantics.
Ray, just relax.
It will break. It will break.
Just 1 minute. No, it won't. Ray's right. Just 1 minute. Ray.
It's not going to break 100% of the time. That's the point.
Ray, I agree. That's the point. You win. You've got 1 point. Features has no points right now. Okay, you got 1 up on. Now let me just come to it. Exactly. You don't know what's going to happen to the glass. Okay, but if you ask 100 humans what happened to the glass, most of them would say it was smashed, because from their experience, right? Their experience tells them that it's more likely to smash, because their knowledge is not absolute knowledge, right? But you know, Ray, because you, mashallah, you've dropped a few glasses on the floor in the past and they didn't smash. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah.
So the point is that the glass doesn't always smash. So from someone like yourself, you have more knowledge than the average person, because of your experience that you've dropped a glass on the floor before and it didn't smash, where most people, when they drop a glass on the floor, it just smashes. So their answer to it would be that it smashes. But Allah, so if I ask you, Ray, will the glass smash or not? You will say, you don't know. But Allah knows. Allah knows exactly if it's going to smash and when it's going to smash and how it will smash, into how many pieces, on what day and what time, and why it will smash. Allah knows absolutely what will happen to that glass. Okay? Because
I'm not
his knowledge
questioning this concept.
No problem. I'm just, for the sake of clarity, confirming you understand the Islamic position that Allah knows everything. So number 1, knowledge. He knows everything. Number 2, from his knowledge, he ordered that everything is written that's going to happen. So he's ordered the writing to be written. Okay? He's ordered the writing to be written from his knowledge. And this writing is true. It's going to happen from his knowledge. Okay? The third part is he is all powerful. Okay? He is all powerful and nothing happens without his permission. Does that make sense? So let me give you an example.
So wait.
Let me give you an example. Hello?
I'm waiting for your example. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm trying to give you all these points independently. Okay. You've understood Allah knows everything. You've understood Allah's recorded everything. Okay. And this recording is from his knowledge. It's not that we're following it like a record. Okay. We have been given free choice to choose to do right or wrong. Okay. But Allah, nothing happens without his permission. Do you understand that? So I'll give you an example. You come on here today with the intention to speak to us, but you're having internet problems. So when your internet cuts out, that's out of your hands. Allah's not given permission for it to happen. So certain things can happen. Certain things can happen in your life. Just for the clarity of the viewers, that's a baby. It's not Ray.
Yeah, I'm playing with them while you're talking.
So the point is, Ray, that sometimes Allah can bring certain things into your life, into your daily life, which can guide you in a way without forcing your choices. Does that make sense? So
yes, but that's not what I was discussing.
I know. I'm trying to explain.
Just let him. Okay, so what's the point you want to make, bro?
Let me clarify this, because this is the truth. I'm sorry, Ray.
A question.
This is very important because just let me clarify, please. Abu Jabril, the point of being on this podcast is to guide these people to knowledge. And this, what we're explaining here, is very beneficial to them. You know, it's more beneficial than a question. So the last part is that Allah is the creator of everything. He's created all these instances. So when we understand that totality, your question comes to the point. Sorry, Ray, go on.
Oh no, I was playing with my son and I almost slipped.
So
okay, go ahead.
So the original question you come to about some people are created for the hellfire and some people are created for paradise, correct? And you said, can somebody that's been created for the hellfire basically have a pure intention and ask Allah for guidance? And the question is, the answer is yes, they have the ability to do it, but Allah knows that they wouldn't do it.
So then that goes to what I said. So
because all the human beings,
can I believe without Allah willing it? So if Allah doesn't want me to be a Muslim, then he won't, if he doesn't want me to believe in his perfect religion, his perfect books, recitations, angels, then he will not provide that for me. And that is what it takes. It takes Allah. It takes Allah. Would you? Let's start real quick.
Sorry.
So,
okay, yeah, but Jabril is coming in now.
Does it start at the premise that Allah has to guide you to believe?
Okay, good question. So let me tell you this, bro. Are you aware of the story of Pharaoh and Moses?
Of which one, Moses? Which story?
The Pharaoh. You know, the story of Pharaoh, split of the sea. You know that one.
Yeah. Pharaoh, Moses.
Right.
Yeah.
So
about
Pharaoh
the woman,
was
about the queen, the Pharaoh's queen became Muslim, and Allah provided a palace or whatever for her to be protected.
So you know about the story. Like he was a very unjust ruler. He was like one of the worst rulers that ever lived. He claimed to be God himself. He done so many horrendous things, right? And that individual, if we would look, for example, at Ray, why so religious, being lovely to his kid, and he's playing with him, making him laugh and being nice to him, in comparison to someone who would murder, rape, kill, disbelieve in God, torture people, put them in hot oil and boil them alive. If we see the comparison, we would say, bro, Ray is an angel, right? Why so religious is an angel in comparison, right? Would you agree with this?
I would disagree with that.
What, bro? What the
To
hell,
try
bro?
to
Like,
compare
what would you
people
would you be okay like boiling people alive and like chopping them off?
Well, no, I'm just saying to try to
Right.
say Islamically that you could compare a person to an angel
I'm
because
just saying
they're not the
it's
Pharaoh. I think that's
it's a figure of speech, mate. I'm just saying, like in comparison, you know, you're in a very better place than Pharaoh, right? With all the injustices that he's done, and that individual,
according to Islam, probably yes. Yeah. In a way, you could say
according
that,
to everybody, bro. Like if I see you right now with your baby and I see a person, you
well,
know,
I mean, no, because the Pharaoh. Well, if I may, this is kind of
forgive me, bro. Forgive me. That's my mistake.
Practice.
Sorry, bro. Forgive me. I didn't mean to do that, bro. I take it back. So
don't mention the baby.
This horrible individual, yeah, who's Pharaoh.
Don't mention the baby.
Yeah, okay. So this
no,
horrible
but
individual.
what I was gonna say. Well, I was going to say the Pharaoh actually practiced some of Allah's like punishments, right? He crucified people. And I don't think that crucifixion is acceptable. That would mean that the Pharaoh at least practices one thing of Islam that I don't.
Bro, we'll talk about this red herring, you know, with a chapeau on top later. That's not a problem. let's do this one, right? So this Pharaoh,
dude,
right?
Whatever, dude.
This Pharaoh and this horrible person, right? That he done all of this. When he was drowning, right? When this individual was drowning, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says in the Quran that he reached out to Allah and he's saying, now I believe in the God of Moses and I believe in the God of Bani Israel. Like now I believe. Even though he knows he's saying this because he's about to die. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would have accepted his tawbah. Allah would have accepted his repentance. Even with all the injustices, even with all the horrible, horrendous things that he's done, Allah would have accepted his repentance. You see? So imagine yourself in comparison to this individual or someone, right? In Islam, the concept of someone wants to be guided and Allah would not guide him does not exist. This is a logical fallacy. And this story in the Quran just proves it. That Allah would accept the repentance or the ones who want to be guided to Allah, even in the worst places possible. You understand?
What I'm saying is, I can't do it without Allah willing it to happen. Like, could the Pharaoh say that could the Pharaoh?
Let me give you an example. I've got an example for you.
Man,
dude, I've got an example for you.
Speak sometimes.
I have an example for you. Okay, and this is going to clarify everything. Ray, are you going to be sincere and put your head on the floor and find out?
What, you're asking me to do this as like an example that it works?
Not necessarily. I'm saying you know yourself if you're going to be sincere or not. And if you really want to, forget about, listen, put Islam to aside just for a moment. We're talking about Allah, the Creator, okay, which you acknowledge is not something that can be disproved. Okay, if you sincerely,
I acknowledge that a creator can't be disproved, not that Allah, the belief of Allah, could not be disproved.
Okay, a creator, that's who we believe it is. All right, follow the Creator.
What do you want to play?
Okay. If you're sincere, you know if you're really actually wanting to know the truth and know about God and find God if He's there. Only you know about that, right? And sometimes it just requires a bit of submission to actually be sincere with yourself in private and say to this Creator, if there's a Creator, guide me. And I'm sure someone who is sincere, Allah will show them and open the way to show them what is true. I'm sure. So the bottom line is we're going about all these intellectual gymnastics and fighting this and fighting that. The point is, are you going to do it? Because we believe as Muslims, we believe as Muslims that you, Ray, in the US of A, has the ability to put your head on the floor and stop being nay.
So, once again, what you just said isn't actually proven inside of Islam. Now, all you did, and Abu Jabril just even tried to say that it doesn't follow logically, and then you had to say that you do believe that Allah would do it. Now, the point that I'm making is
we have the belief.
Why don't you put your head on the floor and find out?
We have the belief.
Just test it out.
We have the belief that you, Ray, in the US of A, has the ability to do that if you are sincere and if you are really wanting to do it. If you
it
really
still
want
doesn't
to
go
do
to
it,
what I asked, John. It still doesn't.
It doesn't.
And you can't. You can't.
We get into
You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to infer on things that Allah or Muhammad has not stated as definitive, right? So the question remains:
we believe you have the free choice to do this if you want to.
Yes, I have the free choice to put my head on the floor and ask Allah to guide me.
But you didn't do
I have
it.
that choice. But here's the counter
but you
to
didn't
that.
Do it yet.
Are you going to do it?
It's only.
Did you do it?
Only if Allah wills to guide me.
Right.
That's,
are you going to do it?
You're not talking about the same thing I'm saying. We're not talking about the same thing here, John. That's the thing. You're making this about an action that I have to do. The question at hand is about, can I do it if Allah doesn't will it to happen? Just like if you look at in the chat, if you look at the chat,
Features,
a person even says,
Features wants to talk to you.
A person in the chat, even a
Features
person in the
wants to
chat
talk
said,
to you.
no, you can't. Yes, I know he does. Why can't I have my turn to speak, dude?
Go on, Features. Tell us.
Okay, I'll let him.
Beats by Features is on the deck.
No, let's Why So Religious finish first, and then I'll drop in. Go ahead.
Why so?
So I can't even have a thought without Allah willing it, right? I can't think of the number one without Allah willing it.
You can't have rationality without Allah as a basis. You're correct, yes.
That's not, once again, you're not saying what I said. So I can't even think of the first letter of an alphabet, A, without Allah willing it to happen. So the premise that I'm going with on this is, I cannot believe unless Allah wills it. And for Allah to will it, that would be his decision. And even in the hadith, it will say that Allah decides what he decides and tells the angel to write it about the person's intention. It even refers to it in one hadith as evil one, right? And so the premise here is the basis of, you cannot find a verse or a hadith that says what I'm saying is wrong. You have your belief and you're considering it illogical. I would not accept.
Okay, you finished. Features.
Just real quick.
It's time for features now. You've had too long. We don't have all this
10
time.
More seconds. 10 more seconds.
No, we only have 10 minutes left. Go on, Features. Finish.
It's just like it's just like
okay. Finish your 10 seconds.
Just like in the Quran, where Allah says on the day of judgment He will forgive whatever He chooses, and He will forgive whatever He chooses, whatever deeds He wants. So it's the same premise.
Okay, Features.
Okay, so the problem is that, you know, when we ask Why So Religious like some small questions, right? The goalposts keep moving over and over and over and over again, and it's difficult to have a conversation with somebody, you know, and you're really trying to get down to the nitty gritty. You're not messing around. You're trying to get down to the nitty gritty on what you believe, what you don't believe, and because they are trying to protect their position, the goalposts are imaginary. You know what I mean? So there's no firm belief in what he believes. And atheism in itself is a belief system, which is what I was trying to say before. So now we can just end it like we can end the entire thing, right, with what Brother John has just suggested, right? Right? What's there to be afraid of? Either God is real or he's not. If you are an atheist, you have nothing to fear because you don't believe in God anyways. So put your head on the floor and ask whoever created all of this for guidance. Very simple. Put your money where your mouth is. There should be no argument after that.
And I would add to it, just to finish, and we'll leave the stream here, I think, unless Abu Jabrio's got something else to finish, and we'll go and finish off. I would also add to it that you also ask this creator, sincerely, because this is not just for your benefit.
That's the important point. It has to be sincere.
It's be sincere, and it's not just for your benefit, it's for the benefit of the whole family. On a serious level, we believe Islam has great solutions for what we're talking about. So, Why So Religious? We thank you for joining us today. That's all we have time for in terms of any more discussion. And we hope we've given you something to think about. You have my email address. If you do have any questions or anything you want to run by me throughout the week, we can discuss. Or if you want my WhatsApp number, I can send it you. I'm happy to discuss.
Y'all be safe.
If you're sincere. But Why So Religious? We appreciate you coming on. We also appreciate this time. I believe we had a very productive conversation. I believe that people benefited, and I hope you also benefited as well. And then just to finish off with the brothers, do you have any final comments about Jabril features?
I want to say walaikum salam to, who said it? Abdul Mateen. I was trying to jump in there when you guys were talking. You gave me salams on. You guys check out my channel, the features on YouTube, and the infamous features, my overflow channel, just in case I get shut down again. All right.
Another just a one final thing from this week. There's been a fake Yusuf Estes account actually going around on Instagram asking for donations. This account began in 2017, and it's been asking for donations all them times. So a friend of mine put me onto it, and I've managed to bait the guy. And basically, I led him along to believe that, because I know Yusuf Estes. I contacted him and said, this isn't me, right? So I baited him and basically finally got him to send his ID card, a picture of his ID card. And also I told him he has to send his picture with the ID card when he's holding it. And we've managed to track this guy down. We found out where he lives. We found out all of his family members. We found out he's got a YouTube channel. We found out where he works. We found out everything about this guy. He's got like 2 Facebook accounts, got a YouTube account, and we're in the process of going to the police and dealing with that with Sheikh Yusuf Estes. So just a quick warning to anyone who follows famous personalities online. Some of these channels have been there for years, okay, and some of them have a lot of followers. This one has over 5,000 followers on Instagram for Yusuf Estes, and these people are pretending to be Yusuf Estes and collecting donations. Look, if you really want to donate to people like Yusuf Estes and other da'is, make sure you do some research and find out the correct donation link. Do some, you have to kind of do a bit of research and be a bit more careful when donating. Make sure you're on the official website. It's really bad. I mean, this guy, I don't know how much money he's collected over the years, but man, he was asking my friend for $10,000. Can you imagine? What
country is he in? US?
He's in Texas, yeah.
Ooh.
So anyway, just a little warning to everyone. So Abu Jabril, Jazakallah khair. Thanks for coming down to everyone, and I thought it was productive. Do you have any final comments about the discussion today? Where you think it would have been better?
I would say, bro, like honestly, from coming on next time, let's just focus on the God's existence and Tawheed rather than just entertaining any other red herrings, because it's very
that's what we're trying to do, right?
Well, that comes in 2 parts too, right? Because he has to, anybody who's engaging you has to be willing to engage with you on that level. You understand? If people just if you're trying to elicit what the person believes and they keep moving the goalposts and moving. You can't have a conversation like that.
Yeah, but that's the point. If that's the case, then there is no reason to have a discussion at all, because now we're just wasting time completely, where we can be more productive about other topics.
I don't think it's a waste of time, because it's not always about convincing the person who's answering the questions. It's also teaching the guests and the people who are watching how to deal with these type of people, how to keep bringing it back. Don't let them go. Don't let them go here, there, and everywhere. And I think we did a fairly good job.
No, we did today. Definitely, alhamdulillah.
I think we kept bringing him back to the point where we shown that Ray is claiming that he can disprove. He admits he cannot disprove a creator. Okay, he admits that, but he's claiming he can disprove a theistic God, and specifically the Islamic God, when he also admits, and we can prove that under an atheist worldview he has no basis for his reason, rationality, and also truth. So Ray has a long way to go. We ask everyone to make dua for him sincerely. We ask Allah to guide him.
You got to remember too, bro, that you have to. It's important to pay attention to what they're saying too, right? And try to answer what they're saying.
Yeah,
you understand? Like with Ray, Abu Jabril just asked him a simple question, like how do you prove that there's not a God? Like, what's the proof that you have that for your atheist belief? Yeah. And then he presents it, and then we try to ask, like probing questions about is his beliefs. And no, I didn't say that. No, and he said all those things that we're asking him.
Yeah, he said he can't. Actually, he didn't answer anything. I said to him,
he didn't actually answer the question the first time. So I think that's what Abu Jabril is saying. It's difficult to talk to somebody when they do stuff like that, because
definitely,
you know what I mean, because there's no foundation, there's no where do you start?
There's two things we can do. At the end of the day, I do believe that towards the end we got a bit of the Islamic narrative over to Ray,
But what I will say, sorry, I just want to say, to get this out, what I will say though is that you have to let these guys speak. Let them speak, and don't cut them off so much. Right? You have to let them speak. Let them get out what they have to get out, and then respond to it.
Yeah.
Right? Don't let them say a sentence and just kind of jump.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, he seems like a nice guy. I know he's difficult, but to be honest, I mean, he seems like a nice guy. He's not. He doesn't seem like he's a. I'd like to meet him, to be honest. He seems like a nice guy, and I do wish the best for him, and I will be making dua for him, and I hope everyone who's listening will make dua for him, because we sincerely want the guidance, and if he's sincere, he will be guided. We believe that, and so I think the conversation, of course, it's not always perfect, the conversation, but at the end of the day, we also trying to show people how to control these type of conversations, because it is a very realistic conversation. It's something that is generally how atheists are. They do go off in tangents, and you have to know how to reel it in, and I think people can benefit from seeing that process. What do you think?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
100%.
Especially atheists, they do that all the time.
Yeah,
all the time. You know what I mean? So you have to kind of keep them coming back to the main points and whatnot. And when people are always looking at these nefarious websites, these anti-Islamic websites, and they come with this stupid stuff like, what about this hadith, and this hadith says this, like, it's just so retarded, man. You have to just focus on, like what Abu Jabril said, just focus on Tawheed and like these type of things. Focus on the belief in God, and just get down to the core of their beliefs, because they want to tell you what you believe.
Yeah,
you understand?
And the important thing is, and Abu Jabril made a great point, which is, now Ray was specific about him disproving the Islamic theistic God, right? So he's not disproving a God, a theistic God. He's specifically disproving Islamic God, and in that case, He needs to have knowledge of the Quran and the Sunnah. And Abu Jibril stuck it on him. You're not qualified for this.
Exactly.
And that's it. People, realistically, you can't just read it.
Because what he's doing is,
right? Allah said in the Quran, ask someone who's a specialist.
Yes.
What he's doing is that he's trying to test what he learned on those websites on us to get a gotcha moment. But been there, done that. It's not gonna happen here. Right? Straight up. Like, come on, man. We didn't come into this thing yesterday, man. Like, you can pull that on maybe some newbies and stuff, but come on, bro. Like, you gotta come better than that.
We need some merch. We need some T-shirts and Beats by Features. And I've got a T-shirt. Let me finish and calm down. So
I'll put Kanye's picture on it for you. Let me finish.
Is that what he said?
Kanye. Yeah, he said that.
Where did he say that?
He said, "I'm gonna let you finish." He said, "I'm gonna let you finish." He said that to what's her face? That singer. Can't remember her name.
Yeah. By the way, first, just to clarify, it's Fas'al bihi khabira. I just mixed it. SubhanAllah. I just remembered I'm saying something else. It's not Fas'al bihi khabira. Because I'm quoting the Quran, that's why. Yeah.
So Jazakallah khair. I think may Allah accept it. May Allah accept it, and any goodness from Allah, any mistakes from ourselves, we ask Allah to forgive us for our mistakes that we said and did throughout this thing. We're just trying to, do something for the sake of Allah, and hopefully there's some benefit there. Thank you all for listening, and join us next time. Also support the channel below. The links are below. Share the channel, share the links so people can benefit. And we'll see you next time on the Seeker's Corner. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.